Check, check, check. Is this working? Okay, there we go. Hello. Can everybody hear me good? Or nobody? I guess it depends, really. Let me just do one extra thing here while I swap over to this. That is an amazing image, by the way. No, let's go over to this. There we go. That's more like it. And let me just open a little something extra. Because I haven't used this format in a while. This better work. There she is. Look at that. Yeah, now we're talking. So, for those who watch 404 TV, you may be surprised to learn that, I have to address something, actually. You're probably wondering, where the hell were you? Where did your channel go? And how do I describe this? Also, is my audio too loud or is it too quiet? Let me know, chat. Seriously, let me know, because I don't know, like, if I got the levels sorted out yet. I'm trying to push the audio up on the mic, so... Can you guys hear me good? Type 1 in chat if you can hear me nice and loudly. That might fix it. Oh, that definitely fixes it. Okay. So, it's been a hot minute since I posted or did anything on 404 TV, which was the old channel. For those who don't know, the new channel is Burnbot TV. Well-timed car passing by, right, lads? Anyway, let me just kill the sound completely on VLC. There we go. So, you're probably wondering, again, where the fuck was I? Now, sorry. There's a good reason. About a year ago now, I actually lost the channel. I'm not going to go into the details as to why, because I've agreed with another party that was involved in taking one of the videos down that I would just drop it, but I have to give context to those who might not know. Because, believe it or not everybody keeps up with every single thing that happens on the channel or just in the world in general. Check, 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 check. Okay. I'm testing this thing. There we go. I think I've made it worse. Check, check. Okay, yeah, that's definitely not helping. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's about right. Now let me just, like, crop this in a wee bit. Sorry, I'm still setting things up here, so give me just a second. Abby, I need your help. The hell am I doing? There's a way to zoom in or something. I don't remember how. What am I doing? You know what? It doesn't matter. What does matter... And we'll just, I'll pull Burnbot up to here. There we go. So, what does matter is, I lost the channel. That's TLDR. I lost the channel, I got it back. It's pretty clear, cut, and dry, ain't it? Right, well, let me just, make sure this is still working. Let me know if the stream is still going. In fact, you know what? While I get the initial post prepared, I'm gonna go back to playing this for a moment. So give me just a second. You can tell I haven't streamed in a while, can't you? Oh, hey, look, it's Raul's theme. I'm just kidding. Oh, I bet he's just gonna be like, oh, cry harder, little bro. And I'm like, dude, I'm like getting close to my 30s. I'm not exactly little anymore. That's just weird. It's not only weirdly condescending and a bit of a fuck you, but it's also just like, huh? Why? Well, anyway. Well, I'll get this opened up on my end. Oh boy, I have 4 messages. Well, it's time to show you what kind of an individual KavaLogue is like then, shall we? Just... Or do you want, Chad, do you want me to just keep the audio open? Oh, this is peak music. I'm gonna get copyright cleaned up the ass for this shit, but I don't care. It's fun. Okay, so... I'm actually gonna turn this down because I genuinely don't want to get copyright claimed and lose any audio quality for this. So... Oh, he's posted a video on me. It's got 36 views. Wow. It's crazy. It's doing better than me. He's gonna expose... What are you gonna expose, my guy? What, you know what? We'll get to it when we get to it. So... there's a YouTube channel by the name... Oh, before I do this, by the way, I have to stress this. Do not go... Okay, I'm gonna turn off the VTuber... Like, I'm gonna turn off Burnbot for a second. I am saying this in all good faith here. Do not go around harassing or attacking anybody, as much as I disagree with them. Don't go around white knighting for me. That's just cringe, and nobody wins fucking anything if you do that. Now that the public service announcement's out of the way, let's get back into this. Let me turn off these filters as well, because they're a little bit distracting. I'm gonna switch Burnbot's filters on, though, because they're fun. Let me just... There we go. I like the fact that there's a bit of fringing with Burnbot there, but anyway. So, there's a YouTube channel by the name of KavaLogue. And he's got some interesting friends. We'll get into that in a minute. Oh wow, he's got a fucking crusty-ass picture of me. Okay, so, let's wind this back. So, this is where it all began. With this post here, I love the fact that he's disliked it. That's just charming, man. If you're good... Hey, you're entitled to dislike whatever you want. I'm just saying, it's just like, oh, well, that makes sense, I guess. So, this started with a post I made when I was going in a show. Now, in the UK, we have these shops called Tesco. And in Tesco, there's like a whole aisle of like magazines, and I saw one of them that's like, the story of Trump, rise, fall, return, blah, blah, blah. And because I don't like tyrannical, bigoted pieces of shit who want to remove people's rights to fucking breathe on the same country as this dork, I made a joke of going, next time, don't miss him. The joke in this, and I'm gonna respond to his actual thing in a moment here, the joke here was actually a reference to a band called Tenacious D. Now, if you don't know who they are, where the fucking hell have you been, my friend? Where have you been? Let me just get the clip. So, this is the joke here. During one of their concerts, I believe it was actually their last show, like, as a band, before Jack and Kyle basically, like, fell out. So, I believe it was Kyle's birthday at this time, and this was, I don't remember if it was, like, a day, or at least, it was very, very, shortly after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. And it's like, oh, Kyle's got it's a birthday for Kyle, yay, and surprise. I'll just let the clip play for itself. Happy birthday, great, my internet's tanking. Hang on. Okay, hang on. I'll give it a second, because, as I said, my connection's been quite spotty as of late. We'll get to that in a minute, by the way. Yep, the connection's gone. Give it a sec. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my connection cut out for like a split second there. Okay, from the top. Now, as I said, this was Kyle Gass's birthday for this concert. Or at least I think it was his birthday. Pretty sure it was. So anyway, here we go. Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, Kyle.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Thank you. We love you, Cage. Metal, take it backstage and cut it into pieces, please. Thank you, Metal!
Thank you, guys.
So yeah, there's your context. I made a reference to the fact that this show basically killed the band. That's all it was. It wasn't me inciting political violence. Trump has done enough of that to himself already at this fucking point. But you get the gist. So, a lot of people, including another guy who I may or may not talk about in the future, had not exactly the most stellar reaction to it. I was like, yeah, no, I know I'm kicking a hornet's nest with this shit. I knew full well that there'd be people getting really butthurt about that, because I know what Trump supporters are like. I was one of them, you know? I know exactly what it's like. I'm not... I'm like you dorks, I'm not scared to, like, think carefully about this shit. So, as I said, okay, Peanut, your number's been called, you'll be hearing from me soon enough. Now, you'd think, oh, this is where it stops. He got butthurt at this, but I saw him, I can't remember which video it was. Remember, the people you're arguing with are dumb. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna point and laugh at them because they're fucking stupid. Like, they would lose a game of chess to a pile of horse manure. They would lose a battle of wits against fucking cow dung, you know? That's just like, it's par for the course. Also, hello, when did I make you a fucking moderator on this place? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, good. Also, again, let me know if my audio's working right, because I've been trying to get this mic working, and it's been a bit iffy, put it that way. So, we fast forward a little bit, a couple months later. I remember what it was now. There was a video that I got that was in my ad feed, and it was a pro-trans video talking about this guy who's obsessed with J.K. Rowling or some shit like that. It was like, oh, this guy's a clone. It's like, yeah, let's see what the comments are, because I know that a video that is all for trans rights is going to attract some dumb idiots here. Your audio's fine, man. Hello, Amy Rose. Hi. I'm gonna time you. I'm just kidding. Just to make you that. There we go. You're now a standard mod, so great. Okay, now we're all synced up. Alright. Okay, so, the next thing that happened was I came across a video. I can't remember where the video itself was from. I think it was Mind of Steel. I think that was his name. I don't remember, because believe it or not, people, believe it or not, my brain is not a fucking thesaurus, okay? My brain doesn't have, like, super duper memory skills. Like, I tend to forget things. I tend to lose track of things. It's kind of par for the course for me. So, I discovered this guy called KavaLogue, and he's been, like, spamming replies in this specific video. And I went, okay, this guy's saying, like, oh, these... trigger warning, I'm about to use some hurtful words here, but, oh, these fucking tranny faggots, they think they know everything, these fucking, the pedos and shit. You know, typical NPC grifter bullshit. Like, the absolute most generic buzzword bollocks that you can think of. Trump supporters have to be some of, if not the dumbest people I've ever seen. Yeah, there's always hope, though. I mean, there was a guy I used to follow. I don't know if I want to say his name, but he did talk this Trump supporter out of, like, just mindlessly shilling for the idiot. But anyway, I apologize, by the way, if I sound a little bit sniffly. Like, I have a wee bit of a cold. So, we get to this. I think, Amy, that you're the one who low-key suggested, but you gave me the idea of making this image. Grifters are so stupid. No, okay, look, I'm stupid. Don't pile idiots like me in with these bozos, okay? We have a name for that. We have a term for it, at least. Terminally online turbo dorks. I've got a cold too. It's par for the course at this time of year, isn't it? Because, summer's coming past. The innocence can never last. Wake me up when September ends. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so. Let's take a look at this. Now, it's going to be quite quiet, I am aware. There's not really much I can do about that. I mean, I guess there's a way to fix that. Let me try this.
Put your argument out there, you can confiscate whatever idea you want, and you can build the however you want, and you can make your own little gotcha moment, and you can set it all up so that I have to reply to your logical opening argument, we'll say, and based on your logical opening argument, if it is a logical opening argument, which it
I love the fact that this guy just hammers on and on and on. Oh, uh-oh. Connection's going lag, 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 lag. Lag, 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 lag. Connection's going out. Lag, 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 lag. Oh god, my connection's like completely dropped out. Hang on. I just gotta wait. Gotta wait. It'll come back up in a minute. It'll pick back up soon enough. Just give it time. I don't know how grifters like Transformers when trans is in the title. You make a solid point, my friend. You make a solid point. I have to wait a minute here. Sorry, everybody. I have to wait till the connection comes back in. This is what this. By the way, KavaLogue, this is the reason I haven't been posting much in terms of videos lately. Is because I've been fighting internet issues for the past like 3 months. Like, you want to come over here and fix my connection? Go right ahead, my friend. By the way, if anyone wants to check, if any of the mods want to go and yeah, the connection's gone. Yep. Come on. Again, I gotta wait for the connection to come back up before there we go. Rambles on and on and on, and as you'll see, I get to a point of, like, I just mute the fucker because he will not answer the question. He's too scared to answer the question because he knows he'll get cooked. Oh, let's take a look.
I shouldn't be able to say anything back. It's the perfect opportunity for you to set me up for failure. But you're ignoring that opportunity.
No, because I'm not, because I'm actually wanting to... here's the difference with that. The difference... Oh, I should explain, by the way, real quick. Just gonna shill. Part 2 of the debate is up. Thank you. Also, you don't need to connect 404 TV to this, but, you know, it's done and dusted. You know, no point changing the names around. But anyway, yeah, so this guy, oh yeah, I forgot to say, actually, that I said, alright, you know what, KavaLogue, I see you're, like, schizo posting like mad. You're clearly a very angry fella, so come over to my server, and let's just try and talk this out like civilized fucking adults. I mean, that was a, oh, soon. Okay, up soon. Alright, my bad. Anyway, so, I should actually show off something else that happened. Let me just, swap to my main monitor feed. Whoa, that's trippy. Ooh, spoops. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that specifically. Oh, there we go. Hey, look, it's the Doctor Who titles. I'm just kidding. So, where was it again? Ob, that was it. So, yeah, that wasn't it. I know he sent it to me before. Oh, here we go. This is something that this dork actually went into my fucking server to say, try to start this random shit with me. So, as it says, hello all you faggot trans lovers. Trans people don't exist. The owner of this wants to bait me. First off, we're not all quote-unquote faggots. If you're talking about the old-fashioned, or the 80s term of faggots, that means food. So I don't think any of us can be eaten, as funny as that would be. Not all of us are gay. There's a couple of people in the server, I believe, who are gay, but that is nothing to do with anything, so what's the point of that? So, the owner of this, trans people don't exist? Yes, they do. I speak to a lot of trans women and a couple of trans men on a frequent level because I happen to work with them and be good friends with them, and one of them happens to be my girlfriend, who I love very much. If I had to say it was a guy, then not really, because a trans woman is a woman, end of. But anyway, he dates a man, he says it was 100% a woman. First off, I did not say that any trans women are 100% women. By biological fact, and I know this is gonna sound bad faith when I say this, but by biological fact, even if you transition, there's gonna be elements of your body, not like genitalia and shit like that, but there's gonna be parts of, like, inside stuff of your body that you cannot physically, like, change. You're stuck with that. So you would never become 100% a woman. You can identify as a woman, yeah. But at no point did I ever say that Abby is 100% a woman. She is not a man, she is a trans woman. A cis woman is the only way you could get 100% woman, and that's nothing against trans people. We'll get the technology eventually where we can say that trans people can go 100%. Hell, fucking Dirty Pair did that already, and that was, what, like 1987? 86? Kennedy, fact check me on that one, please. Spam's all over my page. First off, I didn't spam anywhere. I replied to every comment I was responding to every reply you had, which happened to end up scattering across like 3-4 fucking videos. Or specific comments and shit. But to imply that I'm spamming all over your page is nothing when you consider the fact that, and I don't know if this post is still on here, but KavaLogue himself had, I'm not joking when I say this, I'm not kidding when I say this, he responded with like, to one fucking comment, 85, okay, thanks. He responded to one comment, one single comment, about 20 plus times. One comment. I'm not even kidding. Just the one singular comment. I think he's gonna try and fucking dox me or something, but whatever, we'll get there. So, oh boy. Oh, you poor, poor damn fool. Join the chat. Yeah, by the way, I should explain why do I call this guy Peanut? There's a good reason for that, and it's because when we were arguing, I kept saying to myself, this guy's got the fucking IQ of a fucking peanut. He reminds me of a guy who, a channel I used to watch quite a bit back in the day called Count Dankula. He debated this fucking muppet called Bowler Hat Man. And if you want to see what that's like, I'd recommend watching both, because I think it was 2 debates. And both of them were fucking hilarious, because Dankula wiped the fucking floor with that dork. But he's one of those, like, he's one of those for thee, not for me types. Like, actual tanky, authoritarian bullshit. Not my kind of guy, personally. He shares his brain cells with the fridge! Yes! That's the sort of shit I'm looking for. You've got the pin of fame, my friend. Anyway, so, continuing with the debate clip.
The difference with that is that I'm trying to play good faith here with you. I'm not coming in here to make fun of you and call you, oh, you're dumb, or whatever. Like, I'm not doing the bit at that point.
There's no good faith. There's no good faith. This isn't fair.
By the way, buddy, yeah, no. I was playing good faith there because I wasn't going in calling you names and slurs and insults. You, however, were. By fact. And you say it multiple times in this fucking debate. Multiple times.
Yeah, it is.
You think you're watching entertainment. This isn't entertainment. There's no good faith. This isn't politics. This isn't, we're buddy at the end of this. This isn't...
You know, can you tell this guy's, like, a very angry young lad? I say that like I'm old. I mean, I'm getting old. I'm like, what, 28? I'm 28 now, so... It's like, I don't think this guy's much older than me. I'd be surprised if he was, because from the vibe I get from him is like, no, he's like in his mid-20s at the least. Or at the most, rather. He's a very angry fella. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're going to get ridiculed. You're going to get laughed at, buddy. I also am willing to bet he is playing too... Really? I have no... I'm also willing to say that he is too chicken shit to come into this fucking chat and talk to me. He ran away from the fucking server. He blocked me, apparently, which was amazing, because I didn't even have him friended at the time. Like, he immediately went, like, panic mode.
Oh, we have a massive audience, so we must be nice, we must be cool, and we must be commercial and professional.
No, I'm going in to explain why your rhetoric doesn't work. That was basically it, and also to further understand, why do you have this mentality about trans people? What is it that really scares you? Is it the fact that you don't understand it? Or the fact that, like, you've had one bad experience with one person, therefore that is all of them? That is the question I was wanting to ask the Peanut. That's what I was wanting to ask him. But he was too fucking scared to do that. He was too scared.
There's no good faith. There's absolutely no good faith. You're a fucking disgusting faggot retard.
See, there we go. Nope, and I will say this, by the way. At no point, outside of calling him Peanut, which he is, at no point do I call Peanut a faggot or anything like that. And he is the one having a go at me. I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, I'm going in good faith, you're not. Because you're constantly, perpetually angry, which, again, we'll get to in a moment.
You're pretending you're not. Your self-projection is insane, because everything you say to me, you did.
I had to actually figure out what the term self-reflection meant, and actually, if I check my notes here real quick... Yeah, so self-reflection is taking the time to think about, meditate on, evaluate, and give serious thought to your behaviors, thoughts, attitudes, motivations, and desires. What does this have to do with our debate, Peanut? What does that have to do? What is the fucking point of that? What is the point of using that?
It's about you. It applies to you. Oh, why can't you keep all your replies to one comment?
Yeah, that is a good question. Why can't you do that, Peanut? Why can't you do that? Are you actually scared to answer that point? Oh wait, I forgot. You wanna know why? Let me just go through this here. He spams a lot of crap here, for the record. But I'm trying to remember which one it was specifically. Because believe it or not, again, I'm not a fucking thesaurus, but it's a little bit before that. Oh look, Amy, it's you. It's you, jump scare. Well then, that gives it away, doesn't it? If the accent didn't give it away, Tilly, if you find this individual, slap them over the head for me. With a fish. Specifically a fish. You know what that means. Fish. Anyway. So, I can't remember if it was here. I don't think it was. Unless he's fucking got rid of it. Oh, wait a minute. I think this was it. Yeah, do you know what I'll do, actually? Let me get some music on real quick. Give me a sec. Because, yeah, now this guy's trying to lie, but now I've got him. No, we've got him, lads. So give me just a moment. That is how angry this guy got. No joke. This is how angry this fucking peanut got with me and with another person over one sodding comment. This guy is actually, you know, I was making the jokes before, but he is actually unhinged. Like, it's kind of sad that, to think for a while, I was like that for a period of time. I was weird, this guy, and that's, I guess, what becomes more infuriating with people like this, is I've been there. He's a local... Well, yeah, I guess, but like I've said before, and I think Lyle Convoy said this before, if you ever see this, Lyle, hello? Is this you? Yeah? Hello? Hi? No. I would say he's a loco, but like, that phrase, that term has been used to fucking death and back at this point. Let's be real. So...
You said on about your 14th comment. Every single thing you've said to me has applied to you. So I've come in...
I'm not sure what he's going on about there.
...to the den of fucking faggots here to confront you. I've given you an opportunity, right? And the opportunity was sit up for failure. Make your opening argument. Say everything you know is true because you're based in reality, correct? Set me up. Set me up for failure. You can't. self-projection.
This guy's an actual fucking conspiratard. He is making up his own reasons as to why this dude's voice hurts my ears. Well, that's the bad. The good kind of Irish are people like Tilly. I don't know that many Irish people, but Tilly. I think Amy is also from Ireland. Can't remember. There's a couple good Irish folk that I know. A lot of them are really fun and silly. Then you've got the brain-dead fuckwads like this that give the place a bad reputation.
That's not how self-projection works. That's not how self-projection works. Can you describe how self-projection works to me? Please, please do.
My replies into one reply instead.
That's not self-projection, Peanut. You didn't answer the question. You didn't answer the question, Peanut. You didn't answer it. Come on.
That's not Alright. No, I'm asking for the actual definition. The direct definition of self-projection, Peanut. Can you do that?
All of my videos and my pages and comments.
What? I found your channel like 1 day ago. What are you talking about?
By the way, this is all true. It was like 1-2 days had passed, and I've been waking up. Like, first thing in the morning, I'm like, alright, let's go check, see what the videos are doing. And I've got, like, 15 fucking notifications, all from Peanut, like, spamming on my fucking videos. Like, random fucking videos with, like, trying to say, oh, you're a tranny apologist, you're a fucking pedo, you're faggot, and all that stuff. On, like, fucking videos where I'm, like, talking about Bullstrike, or fucking, oh, let's talk about the weather, or, you know, YouTube doesn't care about its creators. It's funny how he picked the videos where I'm in the flesh. It's really funny. It's so fucking like that. Again, the projection is so real, you know.
I found you like.
You were telling me, look at you. You left 20 replies.
You did, because it looks. Can you not? Do you not have any self-awareness?
As you saw, everybody. As you saw, he left several replies to one comment. Ein singular comment. Multiple times.
Just telling the person they're doing exactly what you're doing. But see, this is all disingenuous. You know what self-projection means. This is.
I actually, as I said, I'm gonna say this again, I had to look up after the fact what self-projection actually is. Nothing that self-projection is described as is what he is telling me it is, or what he is insinuating it is. So he's lying through his fucking teeth.
Another half-assed gotcha. You kind of know what you have to do to get a gotcha, but you've no idea how to follow through. You know how to set up and say, oh, okay, go on, explain self-projection, and then when the
Right, okay, I've muted you for a minute here, so I've now...
But see, I feel you, JG fans thankfully got better, and Brandon the Awesome friends love to drop into my comments to defend him, even though I call him dead to rights. Yeah, that reminds me, there's another guy who I came across, called Raul Morales. And he openly admits he is essentially ban evading at least 5 fucking channels. Because he made a second channel just to try and fucking spam shit on my channel. Like, it's so fucking cringe, man. It's so fucking cringe.
Please do listen to me here. You can stop repeating yourself, alright? Because I get what you're saying. I'm not here to have a go at you. I'm here to try and understand what your actual stance is on this. That's genuinely all I'm wanting to know. I'm not here to insult
I'm still like that as
like
well.
You came in here fucking, like, spamming random shit in here like a maniac. That's the thing I was explaining before, is that you have to admit, out of context, it looks pretty fucking goofy when you spam like 20 replies on one singular comment. And I went through that thing. I couldn't see all of them because, like, you probably said some edgy shit and ended up getting yourself shadow banned in the process there, which is kind of, like, fair enough, that happens to me. Like, can you understand where I'm coming from with that specifically? How that looks really bad out of context.
Right. Okay, here's a question for both of you in chat, for anyone in chat. How clear and concise was I in explaining that? Because I think, personally, I did a very thorough job of explaining what I was trying to get, what answer I was trying to get out of this peanut. I was going in to make fun of it. I want to know, okay, so what's your actual stance, and why do you think this? That's basically it. I didn't go in guns blazing. I was like, look, let's go into my server, talk this out, man to man. No fighting, no insults, no buzzwords. Immediately goes in, breaks like 3 rules in the server in one go, and then 1 rule against Discord's terms of service. So, yeah, good job, Peanut. But would you say I did a I did a fairly good job of explaining myself there? Well, let's continue. Whoops. Let us continue.
One comment to like 20 or so replies. Can you understand where I'm coming from with that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The whole point is that it looks really bad out of context. The problem with that is, it doesn't matter.
It actually...
Yes, Peanut, it does matter. If you want to look like you're actually intelligent in this situation, you have to give a concise answer. I can't just go spamming, oh, faggot, oh, tranny lover, haha, you gay faggot, blah, 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 blah. Like you're fucking Sean Shamil in the Funimation outtakes. If you know what the joke is, you know the joke.
It really does. If you want to make yourself look credible, it absolutely does. No, not just to me. Like, there were other people, in other fucking other videos, like the... Okay. Alright, Peanut, calm down, alright? Settle down.
I had to mute him again, by the way, at that point. Because he was getting so loud... He was practically shouting over the fucking audio. He was getting so fucking butthurt about it. He was getting so fucking salty that like his audio started cutting out. He started clipping his audio and it started breaking everything.
This is so goofy, man. Ugh. Right, okay. You're trying to say that doesn't matter. Right, context objectively does matter. That is fact. If you want to say that there's the reason behind it, that's completely fine. Everyone's got a reason for it. But if your reason is going to be that there is no need for the context, that's not a reason. You're giving me a literal nothing burger argument. Do you know what I mean when I say a nothing burger?
Yeah, buzzwords. Yeah, left.
No, a nothing burger's not a buzzword, Peanut. A nothing burger's not a buzzword. It's when you say something that has nothing to it. That is why it's called a nothing burger. You've given me words that have nothing in them. It's just empty words. There's nothing there.
Buzzwords, yeah.
No. It's not. This isn't buzzwords. I actually got the term from a saying something that has like nothing in it. If that makes sense. If you'd need to watch like fucking Jack's film stuff because he explains.
Jack's films is real good, by the way. You should watch him. If you're not already. I mean, that guy's fucking huge enough as it is, but he's cool. Jack's films is awesome.
Explains the idea pretty well, in which you say something and there's nothing, no meaning or any thought behind any of the words presented. It is just gobbledygook. It's just gibberish.
Alright. Listen to how fucking angry he gets. Check this out. Kennedy, you want to see a crash out in real time? Check this out.
You're so fucking retarded. You're retarded.
It's like an Irish Jax. No offense to my mate Jax.
Dude, you're screaming so fucking loud, it's cutting your audio out. Cool down, man.
Crazy. Oh, you need to watch the show to get caught. No. Dude, you live outside of context. You live outside of context. Context is a man, a woman is a woman. You live...
Oh, hey, we got one. Don't ban him, hello. Wow, you can't even spell my fucking name right. ZS. Come on, people. Get it right. If you're gonna attack me, do it correctly. Come on. Fucking pussy. I mean, I could if you want, but I'm not doing it over fucking YouTube because, you know, obvious fucking reasons. Like, if they weren't so many stupid kids running around YouTube, I'd be like, oh, here's this cool picture of Anka I found earlier. You wanna know what the beauty of that is? It's not real. You guys are getting salty over something that doesn't exist. But I think I actually, you know what? Actually, give me a second. Give me a second here. Let me just cook real quick. Second. I'm just gonna let me cook, guys. Let me cook. Drea remixes? What the fuck? What is Drea remixes? What are you talking about? Oh my god. Chat, what is it saying? Since you're so obsessed with my fucking content, there you go. Oh, my girlfriend, you mean? Okay. Right, what the fuck is... No. What is Drea remixes? What gobbledygook is that? What fucking word salad is that? No fucking... And don't try and run either. Tell me what it is. Come on. I can't damn. I can figure you're gonna click. I don't know either. All I'm asking is to just explain what Drea remixes is. What is a Drea remix? Cause a Drea remix sounds fucking fire. That sounds awesome. This sounds like a hardcore remix of a song. I might look into that later. But anyway. No, okay, Peanut, I'm asking, what is Drea remixes? What does this mean specifically? Tell me. Also, yes, my girlfriend is named Abby. Congratulations! You can't seem to spell GF correctly. I feel bad for your Fingleberries. Anyway. Okay. You can't seem to answer the question. Chat, what is it saying? As he is a lesbian cat. What? What are you talking about? I don't know what the fuck you were saying. Chat, what is it saying? I'm asking, what does Drea remixes mean? Answer that question, okay? It is not rocket science. It is not the formula to life, the universe, and everything. Obviously, that's 42. Just tell me, what do you mean by Drea remixes? If you can't do that, then you have a skill issue, I suppose.
In a world where a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man, and they pretend to be...
Well, they're not doing a very good job.
Right, okay. Here's my question to you. I've muted you for a minute here, so just settle down for a minute here, okay? Just chill. How old do you think the term transgender is?
That's a point that I've used with a lot of people. And I actually got it wrong in this debate. I got the date completely wrong. I thought it was from 1927. He's pretending to have a boyfriend that pretends to be a girl, doesn't have an extensive online history. Just like you, I understand why these channels are beefing with you. I don't think you know anything, because, like, you need... Okay, let me just... He's pretending his boyfriend that pretends to be a girl doesn't have extensive online history, just like you. Believe it or not, and I said this earlier, I am not a fucking thesaurus. Abby said and did cringe shit back in the past before she came out as trans. We all do that stupid shit all the time. I used to do dumb shit all the time. You wanna know why? Because I was younger. When you're younger, you're more foolish. But Abby and I, we've grown shit tons over the past, I'd say, what, 3 years now? 3-4 years? So the fact that you're stuck 3 years in the past, 3 years in the fucking past, like, that shows how pathetic some of you people are. I'm not even joking at that point. Like, that is just sad. That you cannot move on. It's been 3 years. She's like, yeah, no, I did dumb shit. I regret it. And it's like, yeah, no, it's fine. Abby took that L, and maybe Bozo's like, you should try it too. I was a walking fail before 18. Yeah, I was very racist in my late teens. That was not a pretty time. Like, I've still got an edgy sense of humor for sure. You know, I'll, like, say the N-word, and I'll just go, nipples. Like, just shit like that. Like, it's, like, edgy, but it's really dumb now. I've tried to make my humor lower and tier, if that makes sense. Anyway. So, can we continue this? Good.
I'm actually curious as to, like, how well you know this stuff. How old do you think that term is?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We have it all, don't worry. You didn't grow your exact same. Locals of Falkirk will be notified. Which locals? And you realize that Falkirk is, like, fucking massive? There's a lot of people you're gonna have to speak to, mate. It's needle in a haystack. And believe it or not, a lot of Scots, they end up looking the fucking same. So, like, I'm not scared to have a confrontation with one of you fucks. I'm not scared of that at all. Because unlike you guys, I have a fucking spine.
Not the woke culture or whatever, no, I mean the actual, like, term itself. Not the surroundings of it, the actual origins of the term itself.
By the way, he crashes out again here when I try to ask him, do you know how old the term transgender is? And that's what I was going to say earlier before this dork came in here. So, the reason I mentioned that is because I got this wrong. I said that the term transgender came from 1927. I will admit this. I don't know if Cav was wanting to get the wrong answer me, but I got it totally wrong. And for that, I apologize. The term transgender was coined in 1923 by German psychiatrists.
You know you're gay, you're just a racist.
Can you actually answer the question? And can you answer the...
I love the fact that he goes to the rhetoric of just insulting me. That is just actual, like... No, you're stupid. Like, actual child. Actual child arguing right there.
Question? Can you answer the question, Peanut? Can you
One last thing, the video you just put up tells enough. You're more horrible than ever. Your mother must be beyond dismay. Actually, my mother's pretty proud of me for sticking up for people who aren't cunts. Yeah, I'm 28 years old. Wow, I was born on the 20th of June, 97. Yeah, wow, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how I can actually have a moral code, something you guys are clearly allergic to.
answer the question, Peanut?
There's no answer for you. You don't deserve an answer. You don't deserve anything.
So he's not going to answer the question. He is scared to be proven wrong. As I said earlier, I took an L when I got the numbers wrong, when I said it was transgender. It was coined in 1927, and it was actually 23. which means the term is now 102 years old. You guys are been waffling on about this saying that is now over a century old. Cry more, grow the fuck up.
You live outside context. You live in make-believe. You start insults, you start arguments, you demand this...
You're the one that... Hang on a minute. Hey.
A lot of Scots aren't Slovakian Antifa. What, again, chat, what is it saying? I'm not Slovakian, I'm part Hungarian, you fucking fud.
You talk about projection.
Oh, is this gonna be the appearance? Or are you gonna attack my looks? Because people think, oh, you... Oh, is it fucking, morals are a forbidden thing to these people. Fucking amen, Kennedy. Preach it, brother.
You're the dipshit that came in here and started calling people faggots. I didn't go in there calling you a fucking faggot. I didn't call you telling you to kill yourself. I made fun of you with one fucking comment. Do not try and fucking gaslight me on that, mate.
That's a good point.
Don't
It's true. He is fucking lying. He's, again, fibbing through his fucking teeth.
gaslight me on this, man. Come on. You actually have brains. Use them.
You fucking dirty, rotten, no good for nothing, lefty fucking brainwashed pedophile family, pedophile...
I like the fact that he attacks my family, who he knows nothing, I like the fact that Peanut attacks my family, of which he knows nothing about. He knows that I have a mother and a sister. He doesn't know anything about them. It's all weird fucking ways to try and have a dig at me. It's like, okay, cool, now I can say that your mother's a groomer because she's religious or something. You see, like, how cringe that is? It's not even a real argument. It's like lower than pay. It's just lame. It's just really embarrassing, my guy.
defending family into, that's insane, man. Insane.
Okay, I'm glad.
The only time Devok's seen faggot is peak. Yeah, because here's the thing. Before that point, if any other dipshit sees this fucking stream, tell me, at any point in this debate, did I go and insult him? Did I try and attack his family? Did I try and attack his background? Because everyone's trying to say, it's all bad faith. At what point was I doing bad faith? I asked, what do you mean specifically with all these issues? What is your actual stance on the matter? That is it. That's not bad faith. That's me just, again, that's curiosity going, well, I'd like to know that myself. Again, it's like these fuckers are scared of having a moral code.
Do you know my family better than me? Do you know anything about my actual family outside of the fact that I have, like, a sibling and a mother and shit? No. Do you not listen? Do you know anything about my family? Because what you're saying is just insinuations and guesswork.
Marvel Transformers comic is low-key I've actually heard a lot of good things about it. I might try and look into it at a later date. Like, after all this blows over, I say blows over, it'll never go. These fuckers will never stop fucking whining. But anyway, I have actually heard good things, yeah. I might actually take a look into that once the stream's done. I mean, after I've got other shit to do, but still.
Only what you told me, that they defend people.
Yeah, and you're going off of an extremely fucking... You're clutching straws so fucking hard when my mother is perfectly fine with trans...
By the way, I can back this up further. Not only is my mother fine with trans people, she's actually said she's kind of envious of them. These are her exact words, and if I remember... correction, I'm paraphrasing when I say this. I'm kind of jealous of your girlfriend, Abby, because she doesn't have to deal with pregnancy, period cramps, or periods in general. And so I turned to her and went, so you're basically seeing trans women, or women 2.0. And she went, basically, yeah. It was such a fucking brilliant moment there. It was like... And the good thing was that moment happened after a near argument went down between
people. My sister literally doesn't give a shit. She's like, hey...
Trans people, you defend pedophiles,
I'm gonna stop until you... I'm gonna mute you until you stop repeating yourself. Are you...
Yeah, he got... By the way, the AI got broken in fucking Peanut, and he got stuck in a fucking loop. These people love making themselves unhappy. They'd rather spend all their time bitching. Basically, yeah. Now, I'm gonna take a look at the video that KavaLogue posted on me in a minute. I'll look at that in a minute.
Alright, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to calm down and stop going on a loop like a broken record. 3, 2... You left! What a fucking baby! Wow, what a fucking loser.
Yeah, he fucking left in the middle of me trying. Because what happened was, and I saw one of his comments after the stream or after the debate happened. It's going, oh, the fucking faggot kept muting me, and I'm like, yeah, because you were just going in fucking circles, and I was asking you one question, and you were dodging each question I gave you. You defend pedos. If he brings up Chris Tyson, I'm gonna blow my lid. Well, I think it's Ava, or is it Ava, Chris Tyson? Because Chris, I believe, is their old name, but with Ava, or Ava, how it's pronounced. That is, like, again, one of the moments where it's not being trans that was the problem. It's being a shitbag, a piece of shit of a person that's the problem. It's never the problem when it's trans, or it's black, or whatever the fuck. I've made my stance on Tyson clear. Yeah, I know, don't like her either. Always had, like, a bad feeling about her, but anyway. And just for the record, it is not because of being trans, which is a fucking cringe take to have again. But yeah, so you got the idea. The guy ran off. So, that's so good. So, blah 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 blah. So, I, like, forget this guy exists for, like, a whole, like, couple of days now. And this is the goofiest shit that goes down. So, Amy Rose, this is why I also invited you to the stream. Now, Amy Rose is a good mate of mine. It's a mutual thing. They repeated long before being trans, we got video of that. Yeah, that's the thing I was trying to say. It's not being trans that's the problem, it's being a bad person that's the problem. Being trans is not inherently a bad thing. I mean, you got fucking... One of my fucking musical idols is Wendy Carlos. The Shining, Clockwork Orange, Tron, some of the greatest soundtracks in film. Some of the most underrated soundtracks. Tron in particular, although apparently she's kind of sort of disowned because she's like... It's very corny. It's a lot of very generic progressions and stuff, and I'm like... I disagree, but, you know, the artists be artists. So, you don't get the whole message here, because, funny enough, that's been, like, that's missing from the context. So let's take a look at the whole thing here. So, what Amy is saying here isn't a threat. But in every opportunity where KavaLogue has mentioned this moment, sorry, where Peanut has mentioned this moment, every single sodding time, every single time, he keeps saying, oh, this was gonna be a threat. No. It's a case of playing with fire and then getting burnt. I'm telling you this again from my own experiences in life, Peanut. You act like a fucking idiot on the internet, you're going to be held accountable for it. Not by me, by Amy, by Kennedy here, for example, but by people who could actually fuck your life up. I never talked to Kav again after this happened. I tried once to help, it didn't work out, never tried again, blocked him, and the fans sent after me, don't want anything to do with him. And as far as I'm aware, you have no direct beef with him. So when you have no real beef with him, he's the one... Actually, if I remember right, he was trying to say you were trans as well. It's like, no, you're a cis woman. You were born from the get-go as a woman. Like, as far as I'm aware, at least. Which, I mean, hey, it's awesome that we have actual women who are pro, like, who are pro trans rights. It's something we need more of these days. But anyway, not at all. So, Kennedy, look at this for a second. No problem. We're entering criminal activity territory now. Oh wow, a fucking, like, warning of people who are going to have a go at you on the internet is a fucking criminal threat. You're the reason the police are fucking pathetic, Peanut. You're the reason the police are failing at their job these days. I've already screenshotted this. If that happens, the only community involved in this small Discord with about 5 people in it and a bot you are a part of. Are a part of. You and the bot are part of. I misread that. JG Plagiarism's fucked around and found out way too many times and was worried about what he was gonna piss off someone real nasty, which did happen. Yeah. KavaLogue is going down the fucking JG copimisms territory. Sorry, JG that's a hard thing to get rid of, I swear. The JG plagiarisms, like, mentality of... and I hate to use the term, but he is being a fucking lolcow. Peanut is a lolcow. So, yeah, that'd be very helpful if you don't want to go that far, like I'm doing on both sides. Let's not, though. That's how things get very messy quick. Hey, Peanut. You should take your own advice, Peanut. You should do that. That'd be real funny. So, yeah, you get the idea. So, he and a bunch of his cronies go over to Amy's channel and have a go at her because she was tangentially involved in saying, bro, just stop before you end up setting yourself on fire. That was basically, if I remember, that was a TLDR of what you said, is if you're going to keep acting like an idiot online, people are going to rip you to shreds. I feel like this guy gets 0 bitches. I've managed to get at least 1 in life. And I'm happy with what that is. Okay. Right. Get ready for the most bizarre the bizarre fucking, like, borderline word salad shit that I've ever had the misfortune of seeing. Okay. You're aggressive, persistent, and a source of the hate-filled rhetoric that bred the exact environment loose enough for the likes of you to openly endorse politically motivated assassinations. Let me explain this again for anybody who has the memory of a fucking goldfish. It was a joke about Tenacious D on their last show in Sydney 2024. The show that killed the band, or the joke that killed the band, basically. Anyways, when was the last time I said... oh, I forgot Tilly's the bitch. I forgot Tilly's the designated bitch. Okay, anyway. Right, okay. So, where was I? Endorse politically motivated assassinations, right. Except, no. Where did I say I was endorsing this kind of stuff? I made a joke. Have you not heard of a joke, Peanut? I've explained it multiple times to you, but you seem to keep forgetting that or ignoring it to try and fit your own narrative. That's the beauty of the incredibly powerful and incredibly stupid. They both try to make the narrative fit their views instead of let the views fit the narrative. Or something like that. I've butchered that, whatever. So, I said, like, okay, when was the last time, Kava, that you had a problem with trans people? Exactly. We've heard it multiple fucking times in that video. In that little debate we just watched. You said it multiple times, Peanut. Multiple times. You call them pedos, which is a huge fucking thing to say. That's a loaded statement there. But I wouldn't be surprised if some of the cronies you hang out with turn out to be creepier than most trans people I know. Wouldn't that be ironic? It's almost as if you're scared of the thing you're hiding. You're trying to project that fear onto someone else. Your own fears, your own flaws, and you try to throw that into someone else and say, oh, you're the problem. But anyway, when was the last time I said punch a Nazi? Even though me and a couple other people have disagreed on this, I'm still on the rule of I don't go out openly looking for fights with Nazis. Not because I'll lose. I mean, I'm a fucking pussy when it comes to fighting. My brain's where it's at. But yeah, so like, when's the last time I said to punch a Nazi? Because you get fucking nowhere punching a Nazi. You don't get anything achieved. Nothing is accomplished. But when was the last time that KavaLogue was using rhetoric that lines up with trans people should be thrown in jail? When was the last time you said that, Peanut? Exactly. Fucking-exactly. And you can't seem to respect fucking pronouns either, so I guess you just have a consistent skill issue, which, 07, I guess. Give me a second, I need to sneeze. Sorry about that. Like I said, I've got a bit of a cold now. So, anyway, you spam people and push trans living far left politics, and send your Discord server after anyone who disagrees. One, our Discord server is, and I mean this in the nicest way possible. There's a good couple of people in there, but for the most part, we're fairly fucking lazy. We'll make fun of you, and then we'd make fun of someone, and just be like, move on, whatever. So how's the weather? What's the latest game you've been playing? But no, you just want to... You just want to pretend that that's what's happening. Right. As I was going to say, sorry, I had to stretch there. Like, I push for all rights, equal rights for all people. Name me one person who said I deny that. Because most people I speak to, I might disagree with them. I might not want them around in life. And that's fine. You go your way, I go mine. It is not rocket science, my guy. It is not rocket science. Although I guess for some it's clearly fucking brain surgery, but I digress. Thanks to mate of mine, I got Stormhawks in high quality and with the French dub. Oh, nice. That's peak. I remember watching Stormhawks and thinking, it wasn't for me at the time. I was one of those, like, elitist Ben 10 kind of fans, you know? But, anyway. So, yeah, no one here's gonna deny that I push for equal rights for all people. So long as Peanut, including Peanut here, for example, as long as you're not going about, like, fucking stabbing trans people just for being trans, and not, like, raping or killing them, then you are entitled to have your opinion. Because at the end of the day, opinions and actions are totally fucking different things. You can say that trans people aren't real people. I know them for a fact. I've spoken to them both online and multiple times in the flesh. I can confirm they are, in fact, very real human beings. As real as you and me, Peanut. As real as you and I. And I've lived by that rule. Even in my transphobe days, for a while, I was like that. It didn't matter if you were black, white, green with blue polka dots. Just don't be an asshole. It's as simple as that. And, Peanut, you, in fact, were being an asshole. You went right into my server, called everyone faggots, tried to say we're all pedo apologists and stuff, we're all defending pedos, which you have no fucking citation of. You have zero evidence of that. Because those are very damning accusations. You, TLDR, as I said, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, don't be an asshole. You have been. You went into my server, you broke like 3 rules in the server in one go, and I believe with the hate speech is also against Discord's terms of service. And you kept yelling over me when I had that call. Oh, and also the weird thing where you're rambling about fascism and shit. I'm like, what? Where the fuck did this come into this? Where did you get that idea from, Peanut? You're one of the main reasons Charlie Kirk is dead. Well, first off, you realize it was a right-wing nutjob who apparently pulled the trigger, right? It's one of you guys. What are you roping us all in for, huh? It's not fun when I say it's you that's doing it too now, is it? But also, I have to be careful in the way I say this here. I didn't like Charlie Kirk. Thought the guy was an absolute fucking fud. However, I did not wish any harm on him, and I'm really fucking sad that his family had to witness that whole thing in real time, in the flesh. I feel in particular bad for his daughter, who witnessed the whole thing. She'll be fucking traumatized for years, and I really hope she is getting the therapy to cope with that kind of stuff. Because that's something no child, let alone the daughter of the guy, should ever need to see. That is a very fucked up thing, and I feel for the family. It's the same with Asmongold. Guy's a fucking weirdo. But I feel bad, genuinely feel bad that his dad had croaked it. I do feel bad that his dad died. My grandmother was a racist piece of shit, but ultimately I still felt guilty about that. Although she was a piece of trash and treated me and my mom like shit every time we were at our fucking place, I still felt bad because, guess what? Empathy exists. I have it. I might not like it, I might not like people, but I'll still be a bit like, oh shit. And that would knock the wind out my sails. People like you are dangerous. Citation needed, Peanut. Beyond dangerous. Again, citation needed. It's not acceptable. What isn't? Again, elaborate. Last we spoke, you went our separate ways. You know what? Let's make a vote here. Hang on. Who wants to see... Actually... Who wants to see the last thing Kava sent to me? Or the last time we ever spoke directly? I'm gonna make a poll there. So, who wants to see what this was all... What the final confrontation was between us? Because it wasn't on YouTube, it wasn't on Discord. Who here would like to see what that last confrontation was? I will wait until the vote is made. Because if we do pick yes, you will get some interesting, like, insight into how, well, quite frankly, fucking stupid this guy is. I'll wait. They'll put some music on in the meantime. There we go. Oh, someone voted no. I wonder who. I wonder who did that. Oh, by the way, guys, you're gonna wanna screenshot the shit that Aqua Energy and Vortex Art was rambling about. Just to let you guys know. Oh, would you look at that? Alright, more people. More people than no people are wanting to see what the final message was. Let me just turn this down a bit. Alright, give me a second, because I have to open up a separate window for this thing. 0 IQ. Well, that's insulting to people who have 0 IQ, okay? Again, don't bungle them all in like that. Right, okay. Here we go. Get ready for some pure fucking cringe. So, KavaLogue, Brad's gonna get you at gmail.com. Whoops. Said, hey Burnbot, I have all the content saved from this copyright strike. I intend on fighting this the whole way. What I did falls under fair use. As I am a member of the conversation at hand, I have equal right and every permission to allowed to post my own content. Oh yeah, I should give a bit of TLDR here. He basically re-uploaded almost the entirety of my debate video with a bunch of audio from his end that was placed at the start, but because he's a boomer and doesn't know how to use Discord properly, he only got his own audio, so there's a bunch of context missing. In that video, in the comments for that video at least, I specifically went, okay, here's the stuff that you were, like, missing on, or people are missing on in terms of context. I haven't checked to see if he deleted those comments, but given how things have gone, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I'm not saying if he has or hasn't. I'm not a fucking rocket scientist, okay? I'm not a fucking thesaurus. So he says, I feel intent on taking this all the way, and we'll go to court if required. Yeah, no, here's the thing. You posted my own recording of the whole thing. And I asked for permission, specifically. That was the main thing. I asked you, give credit. Give credit, link to the original video if you want. Sorry about that, my stream crashed. OBS crashed on me there. Let me just pull this back up real quick. There we go. So, as you can see, he's like, I feel intent on taking this all to court if required. If you were Peanut, if you were actually to try and take this to court, it would get thrown the fuck out. You'd be wasting your time and resources as well as my own, and no one would win fucking anything as a result. We now have 7 days to resolve this, and you didn't. You took the video down, and instead, you re-uploaded it with a bunch of images on top of it. As if you're trying to do like a gotcha moment. It's like, you're doing the thing you were accusing me of, Peanut. Do you have zero self-awareness? Huh? And I'll continue my ticket in the meantime regarding the dog's threats. It wasn't a threat. There are people on the internet who are actually fucking dangerous, KavaLogue. Sorry, Peanut. There are people out there who will fuck you up. Not me, not Amy, not Kennedy, not anybody in my fucking server. But eventually, someone is going to pull you up, and they will rip you to fucking shreds. Thank you, yes. But this is something we need to fix. I wouldn't do this to you. Yeah, you fucking would. I mean, hell, you already fucking low-key tried to dox me, you fucking liar. And in all honesty, I'll just re-edit the video and post again and again and again. Now he's projecting his problems again. Now he's feared that I'll take it down again and again. Well, I'll explain that in a minute. So, and you'll have to keep striking me so we can build a case against frivolous copyright violation strikes. If I didn't, okay, I don't know what it's like for you in Ireland, but in the UK, you have to ask credit for this sort of thing, okay, Peanut? This isn't some fucking, you're not like the Sunday Mail or the Daily Mail or whatever the fuck. You took my audio without my consent, without my permission, without credit, and you played it off as if you still had it, or as if you recorded it to begin with. At no point in the if I recall correctly, at no point in the video itself do you specifically give credit to me, or link to the original video. At no point have you done any of that. You did technically break copyright law by doing that. Hope to hear from you soon. Really didn't expect to try this. Yeah, it's almost as if I have a backbone. Yeah, like, do you think I'm the fucking worst thing on the planet? Again, mate, you're getting the most vanilla shit. This is extremely fucking vanilla. There are people out there who will rip you to fucking shreds over this. If you think I'm being polite, then you were brought up way too polite as a kid. Should have been hit over the head with a belt a little bit more, but whatever. Oh, I've just got a message real quick. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, that's fair enough, man. That's fair. Okay, so, he lives. By the way, he said this with no subject. Like, did you really not think of like saying copyright or like the debate video or something? You could have picked anything, but whatever. Hope to hear from you real soon. This is just saying it makes things worse, man. This will all be included in my next video. Yeah, the next video that didn't come until like what, 2 months after this whole thing went down, and after I completely forgot you existed. So, he responds not long after that going, "Hi again, we require further clarification. You claimed between 1 to 10 seconds of video is your copyright. All that's available to see in the timestamps given are out Discord names. Can you please explain how this is your copyright?" Okay, so, I had to break this whole thing down. I think it was, at one point, he just doesn't read anything I'm posting. Like, well, clearly you must have read something to make a fucking response. But anyway. Hello, Kava. Firstly, I must apologize that I didn't see the messages until now. I have been, for the most part, taking a break from any online activity, spending time outdoors. This is actually true. I was having to help someone build a fucking shed a while back. And I was also having to take care of a friend of mine, whose dad had actually passed on about a week before this whole, like, this massive debate happened. There's a lot of bad shit, and like I do feel bad for him. I had to step away because I have a life outside of the internet. Believe it or not, I have things to do. Like, a lot of these people just don't seem to get that, but whatever. So, if you allow me, I'm going to explain why I took this down. I intend on fighting this thing the whole way. I don't. I gather that you re-uploaded the video. If you have, then no fear, I'm not petty enough to try striking you twice. As I said before to yourself and your friends, I'm a man of my word. But let me put it this way. What you got would be considered a pot shot in the grand scheme of things. I'll get to this in a moment, but rest assured I do not intend upon pursuing this copyright thing any further. What I did falls under fair use, as I'm a member of the conversation at hand, and I have equal right and every permission to post my own content. Not quite. Granted, the first 10 seconds are from your own recording. However, it did not add much to the conversation. In fact, if anything, it made the context a little muddier for the start of it, but I digress. All I asked is that I got my source video linked, or have credit given. Neither of which were done on your end. Also, the majority of your video was just my own video, with the only change being a couple screenshots, replies of myself, and ultimately nothing overtly transformative. Had you actually come in to have a good discussion rather than spamming hate speech, which goes against two, as I found out later, 3 of our server rules, and had enough time to edit down, this would have been avoided. You didn't. At no point either did you give me permission to do so. Didn't help that you got really angry when I muted you whenever you talked over me, or shouting to the point where your audio cut out, or you were just repeating yourself, wasting your breath, time, and patience. I fully intend on taking this all the way and will go to court if possible. I will say this here, and I will say it to my fucking dying breath if need be. I would love to see the court case where a very angry user on the internet is upset because this video was rightfully taken down by someone who simply wanted to avoid that with a simple credit to or link to the OP. If you don't know what that is, the two people that don't know what that phrase means, OP means original post. I highly doubt you have the skills, funds, or know-how to make this into a genuine court case. And that's not an insult. Sorry, hang on. Something popped up on my end. That is not an insult, that is just my stance. In any case, tell Saul Goodman I said hi. This is just me being a bit of a cheeky little shit there. I'll continue my ticket in the meantime regarding the dox threats, but this is something we need to fix. At no point did myself, Amy, or other parties regarding your spamming hateful comments threaten to dox you. You will not be able to provide evidence for this, because you have none. Now, here's the bigger picture. People who've done so much as disagree on something have been sent death threats, had their home addresses leaked, etc., etc. What you got from me, if this was someone with a bit of the larger sub count, a warning shot. This is fact when I say others have had far worse happen to them on lesser things. Peanut, you're one of the fucking lucky ones. Regarding this, technically you would find yourself in more trouble than I, as you sent your friends to harass myself and others who don't even watch the channel, let alone edit for it, with one of your friends wanting to rape and kill your ugly boyfriend. So if you wanna fuck my trans girlfriend and you still think she's a boy, does that mean you're gay? Think about that, guys. That's thinking with portals right there. Sorry, I get my voice gets a little bit short sounding when I speak a lot. So, dismissing the fact that she hasn't had her face reveal and has no intention to do so, that is an actual fucking death threat. And that would get police involved. Way beyond whatever you're trying to pull on my server with spamming stuff. Also, I can confirm, by the way, that several of your subscribers deliberately made new channels just to try and get shit removed from my end. Oh shit, the Peanut's here. Yo. Okay. I've emailed you as of 7:56, requesting you stop sharing presumed private communication between the two of us. There was reasonable expectation of privacy. Okay. Right. Now that I've got your attention, have you read any of these messages? Any of my replies in the email? Have you read any of it? Because if you did, this would have been avoided a lot. This would have been avoided a lot sooner than now. I will wait until your little response. I'll wait until because I know there's gonna be a delay. I'll wait for your response until I continue this thing. By the way, you're a public figure. This sort of shit was bound to happen. It's not like I'm sharing your fucking home address or something. That would be actually doxing. Oh wait, that's right. You low-key tried to do that with me. Funny how that works, isn't it? I'll be responding further. It's just a legal notifice for allegation regarding the breach of privacy. Take care. Oh, so you're running. So you're running away, coward. So you admit you didn't read any of this. You didn't read any of the messages here. How do people defend you when you can't even read a fucking message? Because I made myself very clear before, I'm making myself very clear with this, and I'm making myself very clear right now. I figured you were from Ireland anyway because some of the posts you had on your fucking on YouTube were like, oh yeah, that. Okay. So, as I'm not a public figure. I've never claimed to be. Whereas I have screenshots of you claiming you are. You have a YouTube channel with a number of subscribers. You are, by fact, a public figure. That is literally how that works. And this would have been avoided, by the way, if you actually read the sodding messages. Think about that, Peanut. Think, McFly. Think. If you read the fucking messages, this wouldn't have spiraled into this. But no, you're gonna just take screenshots and cherry pick like crazy. Whereas I'm showing the full thing, and earlier admit I screwed up when I got a couple of bits of citation wrong. At no point have you even tried to do that. Regarding this, let's get police. You'll have to keep striking me so you can build a case against frivolous copyright strikes. Definition of paranoia. 1. Unjustified suspicion and mistrust of other people or their actions. 2. The unwarranted or delusional belief that one is being persecuted, harassed, or betrayed by others. Just for clarification, you got and shared my email name, which nobody knows. Yeah, well, newsflash, buddy, you did that to me. Now we're fucking even. How does it feel? How does it feel when someone holds you accountable for your actions? You play dumb games, you get dumb rewards. As I was saying, the unwarranted or delusional belief that one is being persecuted, harassed, or betrayed by others occurring as part of a mental condition. What you were going on about in this last part here, the frivolous copyright strikes, is paranoid talk. Or, as I was saying earlier, it makes you sound like an absolute conspiratard. All your info is publicly available on Google. Really? Well, I suppose I'll have to look into that, won't I? Yes, play stupid games, win stupid rewards. This is called being held accountable for your actions, Peanut. Think about it. If you had just responded to this stuff with an actual open mind and read the messages I had here, because, by the way, I have to show these in terms of context and citation. I'm happy for our page to continue contact. This, however, is a breach of presumed privacy. Too late for that. It's too late. The good try trying to play the good books there, but I'm sorry, mate. That's not gonna happen. Now, I'll read the next thing you have to say. Everything is being noted. Awesome! It's a fucking live stream, Peanut! You don't need to note it. It's there for everybody to fucking see. All the dumb shit and weird shit you've been doing, or you've been saying to me and other people this whole time, is all fucking cataloged in this thing. Holy shit. Okay. Also, the part about 10 seconds, yeah, you couldn't even get that right. I specifically said the target content was from 1 minute 53 seconds to 10 minutes 40 seconds. That was the exact timestamp, so you didn't even get that right. The fact that you tried to lie about it being the first 10 seconds, and there's evidence of that, it's like, Jesus. Now, Amy Rose, who was in here, by the way, she's not even trans, she's a cis woman. And your fucking weird fucking subscribers, your fucking cronies went over there, trying to harass her and get her shit taken down as well. Even though she had zero fucking beef with you. She had nothing to do with you. And yet your fucking guys went over there and started doing shit. For God's sake, I'm barely, I mean this in the nicest way possible to Amy. I am barely mutuals with her. I know her through a friend of a friend. We don't speak speak that often, like, unless it's, like, for some Discord event or something, where we're both watching a film or something. But it's like, we're very much mutuals. She doesn't work for the channel. Okay? Anyway. So her response to this was, dude, I never wanted that to happen. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. But it's clear you don't want to be helped. And when I simply told you that this would happen, or what would happen as a result of you continuing your behavior, you twisted it into me wishing it happened to you. I was trying to help you and warn you about dangerous people out there, and you threw it back in my face. Oh, by the way, what is it with you guys saying, oh, we're watching everything you do? You're not the fucking Watchmen, what are you gonna fucking do? Peanut, you're in fucking Ireland. You're too fucking scared to take your own sorry ass over to Scotland. Not to have your ass kicked. Because I'm not a fighter. I don't think you're a fighter as well. But I'd run fucking circles around you with the bullshit mentality that you have. You tried to be, hardcore, edge, tough guy and shit. I'm like, that is just the cringiest fucking thing ever. NFL's on right now? Is it? Oh, good to know. I don't watch sports. I'm more of a motorsports guy. I'm more of like a petrol head. Formula 1, IndyCar, NASCAR, that kind of shit. But I might try checking out the NFL sometime, but whatever. So, continuing here. Hey man, vids reposted, and then we have on Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey. Places that I don't go to. I go to Twitter usually to make fun of people or share the odd one or two things. And because of bozos like you getting so fucking butthurt about me posting, like, a furry art or something, or some dumb shit like that, treating it like it's real life, then I'm like, I'll just do it more to wind you up. Because that is what lolcows do. They openly say, don't show this stuff, it's offensive, and it makes me angry. Alright, I'm gonna do even more. Like, you realize, you walk into that one. Anyway. It is a Discord exclusive private IP. The only mistake I made was showing your Discord name, which of course is something I didn't know, as I avoid Discord. Well, that's a skill issue on your part, isn't it? Maybe you should use Discord more. Maybe you should get a brain. Maybe you should get good. I'm just kidding. Well, about two of those things. Well, maybe one of those things. But you'll have to figure out which one it is. You think about it. I'm legally covered. I'm legally covered on all aspects. Not really, because again, you didn't give consent or credit to the original recording. That was the problem there. If you had done that, simply that, then I would never have given you the strike to begin with, Peanut. It would never have happened. You would have gone about your way being a transphobic dumbass. I would have gone my way looking at funny fucking Electro Boom compilations on YouTube. Because Electro Boom is very funny. I like his videos. Like, we would have gone our own separate ways. If you had just done that one sodding thing. You've had every opportunity to course correct this shit. And you have failed at every opportunity given to you. Give me a second. I'm gonna get something to drink real quick. That everybody, I had to step away for something, and I'm gonna have to step away full on in a wee bit, but I'm gonna try and power through the rest of this thing. So I'll wrap up this section before I get to Kava's little video. So I said, you're just taking everything way too seriously in the beginning, blah blah blah. Still haven't read your emails. So you admitted then, and you admitted now, that you didn't read Jack or shit, and Jack skipped town. So yeah, you get the idea. So, let's continue with this thing. Well, that's we spoke a separate ways. So yeah, now I can confirm everything that you said here in this little post, Peanut, is an objective lie. The very last time we spoke, you admitted you weren't reading my messages and then went radio silent on me after I requested you read the messages and understand why I struck the video down. You can spin the narrative all you want. I was trying to be the good guy there. You, however, didn't want to be held accountable for your own stupid actions. Again, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. There was zero communication until the day where I logged onto your 404 TV account. Which, yeah, I got back. I only got that back like a month ago before all this, but yeah, sure. Also, I love the fact that you tried to say shit on Burnbot TV when you were trying to attack 404 TV. A 10 out of 10 fucking logic. 10 out of 10 thinking there. Good game, because don't know if you know this, you're actually hidden from Burnbot TV. Your transphobic rhetoric is not welcome there. You can go elsewhere, it's fine. Not to my fucking place. Not my monkey. So, I didn't know who the 404 TV page was. Didn't ask. But you said some things with that page that gave it away. Was it me calling you Peanut? Peanut. Well, I clicked onto it and saw that it was you. If it's that old video from like 2017, yeah, cool. Awesome. That's public content. Again, I'm a public figure. People are gonna find shit like that, and I won't be able to do squat about it. It's a video I posted of my own consent. It's like, oh, people are gonna pull it up again. It's fine, whatever. Also, I'm surprised you didn't see anything about your friends coming over to my fucking Discord and calling me like a filthy Turk. Like, motherfucker, again, I'm part Hungarian. If you're gonna have a go with my, if you're gonna try and have a dig at my ethnicity, which is a cringe move again, at least get it fucking right, you dumb fuck. 10,000 fucking what, 100,000 sperm and he's the one that won. Put your hands up, who's the idiot? Yeah, put your fucking hands down, you... Anyway. I commented nothing, I commented knowing I see what this is about. I don't even know what that was supposed to say. But your intention's very clear. Making fun of a terminally online turbo dork? You bet your ass I do, I'm here to have fun. You played the victim and turned the table, saying I did what it was you did. Actual conspiratard rambling. Again, I was barely able to figure out what you meant by that. And it was the fact of we were talking about what self-projection was earlier, which unfortunately if you were here for the whole stream you'd actually find out, oh yeah, it was that part. Like when you were yelling about, oh, self-projection, blah 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 blah, when in the fucking live stream, or not the live stream, in the debate we watched earlier. It was funny how you were rambling about self-projection, yet throughout this entire discussion outside of the debate, you were doing everything, you were doing that, like, but cranked up to fucking 11. I request one last time to cease sharing my email. Everything else is okay to do as you please. I don't know if you're lagging behind in the stream, buddy, but I stopped looking at the emails. This is now public content. This is a post you made 2 days ago. And edited, as it seems. Which, I will, I'm not sure what exactly was changed there, but... So... This is a great example of turning the narrative so you Discord servers feel even more vindicated after you give them the go-ahead to attack like the dogs they are. Again, if you saw at the start of this fucking stream, I do not condone or want to encourage anyone to go over and harass you. You might be a fucking moron, but I will let you burn yourself in your own fire. And clearly you've managed to do that pretty fucking well so far, but... Well, let's continue. Actually, there's something else I want to say. I was only made aware of your actions after the fact, when you came into my server, when you called everyone faggots and pedos. This lines up with how fucking pissy you got, and how butthurt you got, when you went into the fucking debate. You're everything that's wrong in this world. I'm really trying hard to say no you, but no, you're doing exactly that. You have mates of yours who are harboring a known cyberstalker, attempted murderer, unironic pedo apologist, and you're the one that started this off by spamming a single comment with about 20 plus replies. How is that not unhinged? You can't stop? Yeah, you can't stop lying either. Welcome to the gun show. You just can't leave things be. I hold everyone accountable for being stupid. You, me, my girlfriend, my best friends, we all fuck up. It's taking the L and recovering from it that counts. I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who that is. Right. I don't know who specifically you're talking about there. Oh, right, I know what you mean now. I know what you mean. There's a fucking guy called Robin the Metagod, and one of your subscribers, Raul Morales, I think that's his name, is openly friendly and very defensive of him. There's quite a couple of videos you can find on Robin the Metagod, or Robin the God, or Robin the Fatherless, or whatever the fuck, Robin the Cunt, I don't know. Robin the whatever the fuck. He's also tried to fucking, I think if I remember right, he tried to kill off his parents by putting fly killer in their food or something, and that got settled out of court. And I'm like, this is the sort of people that follow you? Really? The worst I get is someone who spams a bunch of fucking comparison videos in my fucking server. Or comparison images of like DVD, Blu-ray, film scan, blah blah blah. Like, are these the sort of people you actually like having watching your stuff, buddy? I'm just saying, think about that. Just you think about that. I'm gonna continue with this. So you can't really think to be. Yeah, okay. So, okay. You want a need to continue. Not really. I came to point and laugh. I'm ready to move on. But you getting so salty and butthurt over this stuff is very, very funny. Again, actual lolco behavior. Okay, Raul Morales has come over here going, oh, cry harder, little bro, multiple times. And he watches, and I believe he said to me, oh yeah, I like KavaLogue. I like some of the stuff he says. I think wokeism is a mental illness and all that stuff. I highly doubt that you would not know who this guy is, because I've seen him at least, in 5 comment sections, including, well, not including the posts, though I've seen him a couple times there as well, because guess what? I like to do my research. I like to dig. And looking at posts on YouTube is, like, barely fucking anything. Anyway. So, through fun enough, I have no power over who watches my videos. You, however, have these people attached to you so much more. They're now around me over you. Yeah, and guess what? You could easily just, block them. Like, I blocked you and your dumb fucking subscriber friends when they came over and spammed, oh, we're watching, we know everything you're doing. Again, you're not the fucking watchman. You're just some dickhead on the internet. You don't mean fucking anything to me, or my family, or my friends. This is me pointing and laughing at how unhinged you people get. As I was saying, you won't need to continue. Yeah, I came over and laughed at you dorks, and it's so funny seeing you people get so wound up over this sort of thing. It's really funny. Because if you had any self-awareness, you'd realize what you're saying is stupid and it's getting you in trouble. Actually go and do research. But no, you just want to come into places like the server. If you blocked me, why didn't you leave it at that? You acted as the Watchman user? No. No. That's not self-projection, Peanut. Keep up. I only got 404 TV back after the guy who took one of the videos down retracted the strike, and we both moved on with our lives. Literally, the only reason I came back to your channel was because someone mentioned, oh yeah, do you remember that debate with that transphobic cunt you dealt with one time? No. Peanut, listen to the words I am saying. Okay? I lost the channel, I made Burnbot TV. We had the beef on BBTV, then I got 404 TV back because copyright stuff was resolved. And guess what? That guy and I, we had a massive falling out. And you know what happened? We talked it out and we moved on. Why didn't you celebrate having you come back and make F1 content like 10 years ago? Because that's Burnbot TV. That's the thing we were going for again. Like, I had to start fresh. I wasn't expecting to get 404 TV back. I wasn't expecting JJ Plagiarisms to go, you know what? Yeah, I'll remove the strike. And I said, alright, thanks, man. You're loved and appreciated, blah, blah, blah. You continue the beef for a while, claiming you blocked me. Yeah, I blocked you on BurnBot TV, and I didn't speak about you for 2 months. Are you fucking dense? The literal, as I was trying to say earlier, literally the only reason this came up again was because someone in my server who deals with weirdos like the fucking people or the people follow with you. Big Return is your F1 channels are. It's not an F1 channel. It is a variety channel. It is whatever I want it to be. I wanted to do music edits. Fine, I did multicam videos that I'm still actually quite proud of for the most part. If I wanted to be F1, then it was that. Right, no. That is not, like, that's what you're saying, yes. But, the only reason fucking let me finish what I'm trying to say here. The only reason I came back to you was because someone in my server went, oh yeah, I saw that video where you debated that transphobe. That guy was off his fucking rocker. And I went, oh yeah, him. What was his name again? And the guy found out, I went, because I genuinely couldn't remember your name. All I remembered you as was Peanut. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, we had no contact, and it was because I got reminded of you existing. And I was like, I've got the new channel. There's a much larger count on there. Modest, but miles bigger than whatever we've got in BurnBot TV. I don't keep track of the numbers at this point. So I'm like, maybe if I said this on this channel, the bigger of the two channels, you'd try and straighten yourself out. That's exactly it. I wanted you to straighten yourself out and correct yourself because clearly you haven't changed one fucking bit. Not one bit since then. We didn't go our separate ways. You gave me radio silence, you fucking liar. I showed that earlier. I tried to ask, why don't you read the messages? And you'd understand why I took the video down. But no, you went radio silent and tried to play it off as, oh, I'm just ignoring you. Oh, I'm sure you're laughing at this because I'm trying to give you an actual answer. No, you're being laughed at. People are laughing at you. And I'm not kink shaming. If you got a humiliation fetish, good for you, man. More power to you. But when you're being held accountable, like, you have to actually answer this stuff. This happened again. I'm saying this to you, Kava. I've been where you are. I've been through that shit. It ain't fun. You're gonna want to move on in life. I was like that for 6-7 years of my life, doing the same shit that you're doing now. I'm not memeing now. I'm not joking now. The BurnBot model's gonna go away for a second. Just be serious here. I've been there, mate. You need to think about this shit. And by the way, we weren't threatening you with this. We were saying people who are bigger than me, yeah, like they're a watchman you pretend you are. Oh, you fucking, now that's projection. Your fucking subscribers came over to me and Amy Rose's channel, or me and Amy Rose's channels, trying to have a go at us, going, oh, yeah. I have a moral compass. You don't. I don't know if that's because you were brought up badly, if your parents failed at raising you. If they did, I feel bad for you. If it's a guardian, then I feel bad that the parents aren't there for you. I genuinely feel bad if that's the case. But I doubt that's good enough a reason for you to go about spamming someone with like 20 replies. Which, by the way, also, if you try and get rid of that, we've also retained that in the stream as well. So you're winning nothing here. Now, can I continue can I continue my response with this? Cool. So you throw off a hate, blah blah blah. Yeah. There's a reason I quit being transphobic, and when did I say I was a furry? Can you find me saying no comment is saving this beef? Yeah. You keep mentioning spamming, but you spam me, so two wrongs make a right. Yeah, it's funny how that tastes, isn't it? It's funny how goofy it makes you feel, eh? Nah, but for real, what I was doing was responding to, like, several comments you were saying and correcting you on things like, oh, this thing, that thing, whatever. Can you pull up where this started? Like, the 20 replies you're talking... Oh, yeah, sure. Or you could rewind the stream and go for it, but yeah, sure. In fact, give me a moment. Oh, I fucked that up. You can tell I'm not used to doing this sort of live stream stuff, can't you? And by the way, I only remember this because this was ages back. Please go to the very beginning of this and show your subs. What do you mean? It's a stream, you do it. Well, I mean, it's like... No? You could rewind the stream if you want, but I'm going through and I'm looking for the thing specifically. Ah, here we are. Is there context here? Can you give me context for this? Are the replies missing or what? Because there's one reply here from Beer Britain Audits, and then you just give like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like countless fucking responses. Like, I'll make fun of someone who spams comments. I'm going to do that with anybody. You... some other guy on fucking SMG4 whatever, a comment on a video got recommended, the channel owner and me were commented, other commented, we're talking back and forth, you joined, you disagreed with me, then came to my channel. I mentioned that, Mind of Steel, was that the guy? And you were seeing and you were agreeing with some transphobic rhetoric that was going on in the comments section? Yeah, I know, this is a thing where it was like, oh yeah, this guy really is, like, kind of insane, isn't he? With just a bunch of fucking responses. Like, one after the other. Because I noticed that in the... You couldn't have started after you found a comment elsewhere on a third-party video. Yes, that's what I'm fucking seeing. Holy shit. I think the channel was called Mind of Steel. And it was about some JK simp. Who, like, was like, oh, these same trans people aren't real. I don't know... I don't remember what the video was. I'm not a fucking thesaurus. Like, mate, if you wanna try and find a way of like telling me which video it was specifically, because I only remember the bare details of it, the bare basic parts of it. Found the paper notes, which funny enough was helping exposure of an attempted murder. Yeah, okay, cool, awesome. That's not the point. I like the fact that you tried to say I'm trying to make an excuse for that. No. The guy was spamming paid for stabbing attack. Does that give you the right to... Not right. Does that give you any good look in spamming someone with a bunch of comments? Holy fuck. It grew, you spammed me elsewhere. Yeah, I responded to the stuff you were saying in different parts of videos because guess what? You were mentioned in another fucking server around this time. I was like, oh yeah, someone mentioned this KavaLogue or whatever his name is. Like, wait. Is this the guy? And I shared a screenshot of this at the time. And they went, oh, fuck. Dude, that's the guy. Yeah, he was like, he got like fucking, had to block him off my channel and shit. Like, you were mentioned in another Discord server. It's my post, I couldn't care. Okay. So you're saying the context doesn't matter. Are you actually that dense? Do you realize why you are a laughingstock with a lot of these people? Because you look fucking deranged when you spam like this on the same fucking video, on the same post, the same reply over and over and over again. How do you not understand that? How do you not understand that? It makes you look fucking unhinged. How do you not get that? Others don't work with them anymore of our work. The post is part of way larger exposure. I don't care what the context of the post was. I don't care what the context is. You spamming someone with the comments looks so fucking goofy. You lose... If it's for good intentions, I understand, but you lose a lot of credibility by just spamming comments like that. Or spamming replies. You overlooked me spamming attempted murderer. Yeah, I get that, and I literally agreed, yeah, that was probably for good intentions. But out of context, it looks really fucking goofy. Do you not understand that? Do you understand how that makes you look so fucking dumb looking when you're just spamming reply after reply after reply? Yeah, it might have been for good reason. And then you're trying to say to me, oh, you agree with murderers. I'm like, no. It looks goofy. See, okay, great. Now you're learning. You're learning. You're getting somewhere. Okay, good. We're getting somewhere. Right. Give me a second here. So, later on in that fucking post, by the way, you tried to say, that big fucking word salad you gave a response. I think it was something like, why is it only weeks after such a loss? Yeah, by the way, I should say, only you care, also don't see the ones he deleted. Right. I replied to each of his comments with about 2 of my own. Yeah, why did you need to respond with 2 comments, though, to begin with? Why can't you just streamline it to just, 1? Just the 1 comment? Anyone who saw it because it was part of the larger operation. You're the only one who took it out of context and all the time since. Nope. The other people saw that and they said it might be with good intentions, but out of context, that does look like it makes you. Someone actually said, and I'm quoting this, is bro a bot? Because all they saw was the fucking the one screenshot, not from me, but from some other fuck who came across this thing. Because guess what? When you're a public figure, more than one person's going to comb over the stuff that you do. Your whole argument is that I spammed it looks goofy out of context. You're the only one who makes it out of context, or takes it out of context. You even refuse to address the context of the spamming. I was responding to different comments at different points. Because guess what? I can multitask. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? I know most guys can't multitask, but I seem to have a good knack of doing that. 2 hours of you're the bad guy, no you. Right, I'm wanting to say that Kava is not the bad guy for the record. Why do I care how many comments I make on my own post? Again, lack of context. It wasn't just me who saw the lack of context in that, or the context or lack thereof in that. It was your community saw it out of context. No, not my community. Another fucking Discord server that makes fun of lol cows like you. I don't tend to follow this stuff as thoroughly as you'd think. I'm just there because mates of mine are there. I don't live, breathe, and, go over all this stuff, and here's why. No, but I mean, nobody had eyes on my channel regarding posts back then. They've gotten active since. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna explain something. So earlier, in that little fucking post you made, that little ranting session, you went, you mentioned you mentioned about my dog Luna. Well, it's my mum's dog, but first off, I want to say, you're ignoring the context. I am aware of the context. Oh my fucking god, open your ears. I literally said that, yeah, it might have been for good intentions. However, out of context. However. Are you actually fucking dumb? Can you not understand what I'm saying? Your community posted it through there. No, not my community. My fucking mates are in another server. I'm in 20, 30 servers or whatever the fuck. Believe it or not, you can be in more than one Discord server. I mean, you wouldn't know that because you'd know fuck all but Discord. Most of my engagement came after you and was made by people siding with and defending you. Yeah, says the guy who didn't chin his mates for going over to fucking Amy Rose, who again had zero beef with you. Had zero beef. And yet you went over there and spammed on our fucking videos anyway. Sorry, not you specifically, I mean your mates. Again. Yeah, I know. Look, I understand that. But the sympathy is not welcome at all. Everything's bad out of context. Yes, that's why we have to have context included. That's why you need to have text. The thing is, if you have text without the con, it's always going to look bad. You always need context. That I agree on. That's something I think we both actually fully agree on. As I was trying to say, you mentioned, actually no, regarding that, if someone looks at it and thinks bad out of context, they will click on it. I mean, I don't know many people that go and see a Star Trek out of context compilation and then go and watch the entire show. Yeah, okay, I'm trying to, like, okay. Okay, Caught rotten. The only really proves honestly get a job or something gives you interest in manufactured drama, but because if context is your worry, then examine it. I have literally agreed that in context, what you were doing had good intentions. You were calling it someone who was potentially a murderer. I can't say definitively because, well, one, I don't want to actually get sued for something as egregious as that. It provides context, and anyone be interested in looking here for an audit stabbing. Right. If your chat wants to do that, go for it. That's not the point here. I had addressed that 3 times now. 3 fucking times, okay? 3 times. And they would find the entire thing. You don't want to. It's better to ignore context and go, look at me, replies me. Yeah, okay, oh my fucking god, okay. This is going to be the 4th time I have to say this. I agree, what you did there was with good intention. I can understand that, and I can give a thumbs up. Murder's wrong, obviously. No shit, Sherlock. But when you're spamming someone with multiple comments, you don't look any better in terms of, like, making yourself look presentable. You just look like you're schizo posting. It applies to everything, yes. However, you need to fucking reel it in. Jesus Christ. As I'm wanting to say here, can I fucking try and get to what I'm trying to say here? So, mentioning Luna earlier, while, look, you're streaming you're so interested in context, you look it up. Now, because I'm here to talk about you. Okay? Now, if you don't like that, you can bog off. But at the moment, I'm sitting here trying to respond to that big post you made. And I'm going to take a look at that little video you posted and, like, oh, you figured out my name and where I live. I'm like, oh, great, you're trying to dox me. At no point did I threaten to dox you. So, already you're showing how, like, unhinged this sort of shit is. But anyway, so, if I remember specifically, you said, why is it only weeks after such a loss you wake up and decide, I know, I'll go and spread more hate and restart arguments? Before I could continue with that word salad, Dr. Phil, it literally came up, and I'm going to explain this again thoroughly. It came up because someone in my server mentioned that video and about what happened. And since I got 404 TV back relatively recently, it don't look better than an attempted murder. I'm going to get to that in a minute, okay? We'll get back to that. I promise to you, we will get back to that in a moment. We're focusing on this right now. We're focusing on the post that you made. The long-winded one that was just borderline word salad. But anyway. So, the only reason this is about me, it is all contextual. This is required to understand for your own audience as to why you're taking so much issue with how many comments I made makes no sense. I agreed. I fucking agreed with you, as of like the past 10-15 minutes I've been trying to say this, that what you did was like justified to make fun of this dork. I agree. And I'm gonna say this again because clearly it's getting lost in translation here. Murder wrong, murder big bad. Yes, I agree. I fully agree with that. Been through this, someone else brought me up. You've got this channel back and spamming with it. We've been through this. There's no confusion here. No, it's because you're not listening to the fact of fuck it, whatever. Okay. Like I said, I will genuinely get back to that in a moment. So, regarding what you're saying with Luna and stuff, the only reason I remembered you existed, and I had to actually ask, wait, what was his name again? And the guy had to fucking, I don't remember who it was. Anger something or another, Augury or whatever his name is. Like he went and found the repost of my audio. You agree what I did makes sense and is justified. It doesn't justify when it doesn't look any better. Sorry, let me correct myself. It doesn't look any better when you're spamming someone with like 20 comments. It might be justified, yeah, but it doesn't make you look any fucking better in terms of looking at it from a third-person perspective. When I came across it, why continue to take out a content present? Because it is! What part of that is not schizo posting? You might have done it with good intentions. Holy fuck, you might have done that with the best intentions on the fucking planet and the whole fucking universe. But you kept spamming and spamming and spamming and spamming. I'm not presenting it like that. It's all there. We know how you remembered me. Yes, because someone brought you up. But you tried to say I'm obsessed with you, and I'm like, not really, no. Now, as I was trying to say, like, as I mentioned before, people, like, or some other guy mentioned the fucking thing in the Discord, whatever. Since I got the old channel back, I've wanted to make an attempt at basically straightening you out. Because I'm not sure how fully well it worked. Clearly got a rise out of you. That got us chuckling in the fucking server. But it doesn't. It doesn't make me feel any better. Like, you wanna know what makes me feel better in life? Watching Red Dwarf, the young ones, Electro Boom stuff, listening to 16-bit remixes of songs, talking to friends, going out for long walks. People like you do not make me feel better. Dealing with like, terminally online peanuts, I've said, as I said before, I will read that in a minute. I'm trying to fucking finish what I'm trying to say here. Alright? Let me finish what I'm trying to say before I lose track. I have many a means to make myself feel better. No matter how much you want to say it, or no matter how much you want to spin it around, you're not one of those people, Peanut. You're not one of those people. I don't like having to pull people up and hold them accountable for their actions. I agreed. Now, I don't have to read the entire fucking thing to know if this is about making fun of someone who is a potential murderer. Again, I can't say for certain because I don't know all the details. You're just telling me to look at comments. Like, yeah, you're doing right here by calling someone out for being a piece of shit. Yeah, sure. Because unlike you, I'm going to provide context to it. Yeah, it can look funny out of context, but I will give the context. I will put the con back in the text where you forget to put it. Or deliberately choose not to include. You know, like the fucking picture of me eating spaghetti. Yeah, do you not know the channel called Oni Plays? They do a thing called Paskinti Day. And the whole joke is you have to eat spaghetti whilst looking really uncomfortable. It is a running gag with that channel. Alright. If dealing with people like me does not make you feel better, why did you, after 2 months of nothing, hear someone mention me? Yeah, because you came up in conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy hasn't changed a bit. Maybe I can finally get through to him, though. You're the good guy just doing this because all of this because I exist, and that's bad. Hey guys, Luke, it's bad out of context. Don't look into what he's actually trying. Oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm going to spell this out for you. And I'm going to say it real close to the mic for you. What you did is justified. Making fun of someone for for attempted murder or something like that is completely justified. I fully agree with that. However, when you spam them with multiple comments, you don't look any better in terms of context. I understand the context fully, Peanut. I understand the context 110%. The problem is, out of context, which a lot of people, not myself, a lot of people saw, you don't look any fucking smarter in the process. You just look like you're schizo posting. And technically, you are. You spammed a bunch of comments, okay? You spammed a bunch of comments, all of them are justified. But you spammed them nonetheless. You just posted and posted again and again and again. Do you not see how that looks goofy? So you think I should be worried about how it looks to them? Well, I mean, that's entirely your derogative. That's entirely your life. That's your life choice. I can't make you pick those choices in life. If you want to just pretend and just hand wave this away, then I can't stop you. I tried to talk sense into you and you didn't fucking listen. I can't make you believe this stuff. I can't make you understand it. Okay, cool. But people will hold you accountable for being a fucking dork on the internet. They did that with me. They've done that with everybody else. And by the way, I'm going back to something you seem to just ignore. It matters to you, it matters to them. So it's an issue to you, not me. So you admit that you understand that you look like a fucking moron, spamming comments. Looking no fucking better in the process. Don't see that I don't care. Yeah, but you're being laughed at, you're being ridiculed by people. Instead of actually getting people to go on your side and go, yeah, no, murder's wrong. Now people are seeing that, and now people are gonna see that and go, oh, now it just looks fucking dumb. How posting comments, Luke, is your prog and not mine. So if you made a comment that made you look like a pedo, and people said you were a pedo, you'd be okay with it. Right? If you made a comment that made you look like a groomer, and I said, oh, you are a groomer because that makes you look like one, would you be fine with that? Or would you have a problem with that? Now, answer. I know there's going to be a bit of a delay, but I'm going to wait till you actually answer that question. My guy, I don't care if people are laughing at me over this. Maybe, I mean, again, I'm not trying to judge you for having a thing for being humiliated on the internet. That's fine. Sounds like they have little issues in life. I think you meant to say a lot of issues. Because if it's little issues, then it's like, yeah, it's nothing. Like, you know, I wake up and occasionally I pop my back out of place. Like, that's a small issue in life. It's not, like, gonna ruin my entire day. I'm glad you at least understand, though, as to why I pull you up for looking bad out of context. You can say you don't care, but you at least understand why, though? Can we agree on that, at least? You understand why it looks bad. Not that you'd have to think it looks bad, but you can understand why it looks bad. You can understand that, right? Okay? I'd have okay with it in the same situation, then in context it makes sense. But if it's taken out of context, it just looks bad. I don't have the context, so I don't care one bit. You lose credibility is the problem, though. I was just 30 seconds behind this. I was 30 seconds behind just spit. Okay, yeah, because... You know what? Yeah, that's completely fair. I mean, like, internet connection in the UK. We can both agree on this. We can both agree on this at least. Connection in the UK is fucking dog shit and always has been, hasn't it? I'm not trying to change the subject. I'm just saying, I'm trying to find, like, ground that we can agree on. Right? We can both agree on that. Internet's been dog shit for years now. It looks bad to people I don't care about. I don't think you're getting my point, man. That's fine. Okay. Well, I don't know how long I've been on for now. How long have I been doing this for? Like 2 hours or something? I don't want credibility in the eyes of people laughing at me. Because if you have something important to say, then people are going to take it seriously. Like I said here, what you did here and the stuff you were saying to this maniac, if presumably like attempted murder or whatever. Again, can't say for certain because guess what? I'm not a thesaurus. I'm not gonna fucking start looking into comments telling me this and that. I'll look at it later for sure. I can promise you that. In fact, hang on a minute. Hang on. Bucket list. Look into... What was it called again? Beer Britain audits stabbing. There we go. Okay. I've actually I'm not joking, I just put that on the bucket list. So, I promise you that. I will look at that after the stream's done. But right now, that I'm not focusing on on the whole stabbing thing. When I tell the groups who are laughing at me, check Bear Britton audits and what he's done. He is the devil. If I'm the devil, he is evil incarnate, and your time's completely wasted. I literally, you can tell me all this stuff. I didn't know who that is. All I saw was someone spamming comments. And I went, this just looks insane. It could be for good reason. I said that before, actually. It could be for good reason, but it doesn't look any better, like, out of context. And you're saying, yeah, I agree, the context should be included. You've given me context. I'm looking at this. I have context. But out of context, that's always going to be connected. Out of context, it just looks like you went mental and schizo posted at someone. Yeah, fucking God. Okay, I get that. You're giving me more and more context. I'm explaining the fact of you don't seem to have any self-awareness. And that's the part that would get you fucked over in a bigger circle than whatever the fuck I have. As part of those who did, I could archive it and gather all we could. And that's commendable if that's the case. I mean, you're a public fucking figure. It's on a public fucking post on a YouTube channel. Other people are going to see it. They're going to see it without context. Not everybody is going to be as aware of the situation as you might be. Now, can we just drop this? Can we just move on now? I've made my point clear as clear and crystal as possible. I want to see the fucking thing you were posting about me before now. Right. Don't care about self-awareness. You have no self-awareness if you don't think people analyze it critically to look at it. Sure, let's say that. This page is public. No one knows who I am, brother man. Huge difference. Again, people will figure this shit out. But I am. Watch me. I'll go and play a game. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah. I don't have the controller set up, so I could change the topic and move on. But your entire argument is that it looks bad out of context. Yes. And the thing I'm wanting to ask you is, and this is the last time I'm asking this, and then I am dropping it. Then I am moving on, because we're being a dead horse at that point. Who does it look bad to? You and your circles. People who have seen it without context. Not everybody I talk to in circles I follow religiously. You seem to think that everybody I follow with this shit, I just follow them like blindly without questioning anything. I'm like, yeah, there might be some good reason for it, but it does look bad out of context. That was literally something I'd been saying like 2 months before. People can figure stuff out, but not the context of the post. They'll get bogged down with how many comments I made. It's an insane idea. Again, that is because like they're looking at it from the outside perspective. If you start outside looking in, then that would be different. You're tending to justify your own group's thoughts. No. We've all mutually agreed it might be for good reason. On our own separate paths, by the way. We've all agreed that. People think what they need when see it out of context. Yes. Then you can look into the context and say, yeah, what you did is justified. And I agree. You called someone out for being a murdering piece of shit. And I agree with that. But do you understand why it was hard to process what that was? With the initial context of what you posted. Or how much you posted. Do you understand why? That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking you to do that in life. I'm asking if you understand why that looks bad out of context. Not that if you care, that if you understand why. As soon as I get in that... So, if when you guys look into the context, it makes sense and you agree, why would I care how it looks out of context? Because it doesn't make you look like a very credible source for this sort of thing when all you have done is post multiple fucking comments on one... Or multiple replies on one singular comment. Or I guess 2, but... You get the point of what I'm trying to say. You get the gist. You understand why it looks bad. I'm not saying for you to understand it, but I'm understand if you understand. If you're in my situation, you'd be thinking and feeling what you're saying now. The issue is you aren't. You're you. You're speaking for yourself and applying it to me. I didn't make you fucking spam multiple comments, Peanut. I didn't make you do that. You did that yourself. Though, actually, funny enough, in this whole discourse we've had, I've actually made a lot of friends who are aware of you. So, you know, I guess there's a net positive to that to some degree. Anyway. So, yeah, this is... Okay. Can you tell me about this, KavaLogue? Yeah, that's the point. Alright. Can you tell me what you mean specifically with this? Tell me exactly who threatened to dox you and when this happened. Genuine question. Can you cite that? Cite it for me. I'll wait patiently until you answer it, because I know there's a delay. I know there's because there's, even if you speed it up to sync it back up, there's always going to be like a 20-30 second delay or whatever the fuck. So I will wait patiently until I see whatever it is you post, if you decide to post something in the chat. Until this video, it seemed like a very ominous comment, but now it makes sense. No, you're not answering the fucking question, Peanut. You're not answering the fucking question. What do you mean by this specific quote here? These are the same people who threatened to dox me months ago. At what point did I or anyone say we were going to dox you? Name that. Name the point where that happened. No, I don't care about the post. Answer my fucking question. What does this specific phrase mean? I'm gonna post it here. Answer the question, Peanut. What does that specific phrase mean? What can you cite that? Can you tell me where I or anyone threatened to dox you? Okay, so, here's the thing. Alright, cool. Oh, actually, wait a minute, I can show you the thing. Hang on a minute. Give me a second here, let me just cook real quick. Okay, so, here's the thing. Sorry, I couldn't help it. You and your Discord members, you're sloppy, you're all of each other's pages backing each other up. I noticed those you're good with elsewhere joined you on my page, like the likes of Amy Rose. Okay, let's break that down. Amy and I, if you were here for the start of the stream... Okay, again, you're gonna have to give some... Oh, I'll be right back.
chaleur des tropiques. Voici TanFan, le ventilateur de plafond qui utilise la technologie des salons de bronzage. TanFan est sécuritaire pour les femmes enceintes et la plupart des enfants et des animaux. Avec TanFan, tout le monde croira que vous êtes allé dans le sud.
Loulou, es-tu allé dans le sud?
Si ça existait, on l'aurait. Parce que dans chaque entrepôt Renault-Dépôt, on a plus de marques et plus de modèles en stock à des prix imbattables. Chez Renault-Dépôt, on l'a.
Alright, I'm back now. Sorry about that. I had to step away for something. I will do in a minute. Sorry. Acknowledge that this guy did prove my point. He came with no context, claimed a child who's spamming. You and I know we're both having a back and forth. You see the issue? I'll look into that in a minute here, okay? All Grey Manor, or I'll just call you Manor, I would say you don't need to start having a go at other people, like I said earlier at the start of the stream. I said this earlier as well. I do not encourage or want anyone to go and attack other people I disagree with. Like I said before, I'm not really like that. It's not my thing. To go and send fucking armies of people about just to go, huh, huh. I mean, we'll point and laugh, but like the same way you can point and laugh at me about this shit. I don't... Well, right. Okay. He's fine. I can see whatever he wants. I don't mind. Yeah, the thing is, I would rather just tell him to, like, reel it in, okay? This isn't Brendan the Awesome we're dealing with, okay? It's a bit different. Okay, so, I'm gonna scroll up a little bit to see what else you were saying. Some other guy with a red hedgehog profile pic, I can't remember saying this behavior gets you doxxed. I swear on my dog Santa's life, I don't know who you're referring to. I don't remember who that is. Oh no, wait, hang on, I have to go further back. Six or so different commented, alluding to me being doxed, sorry. You're all clear affiliated. Okay, you only have one direct connection, and that's me and Amy, and even then, she doesn't know who you are. She has no beef with you. She has admitted this at least 3 times now. In fact, the last time she actually messaged earlier. In fact, I can pin that now if you give me a sec. There's a lot of comments to go through. Okay, so there you go. I've pinned this message for a little bit to give a bit more context as to what she was wanting to say. I don't know strays, but they found their way in, but the majority were consistent. Yet the majority were people saying, dude, you play with fire, you'll get burnt. I can't remember their handles in all honesty. I remember Amy rolls over the screenshot on screen. Yeah. She had no beef with you, so why did your mates go over and start spamming on her fucking video going, oh, we're watching, and try to call her tranny and shit? Like, why were you okay with your fucking commenters doing that? Because I said, and I can fucking, at some point later on, I could try and get someone up here to say, because who's in the server to say, yeah, no, we weren't encouraging any of this. Nice of her to try and help me by insinuating I'll get... Yeah, because here's the thing. If you were to do this shit with other people who were way more than 10, like, was it the what they called them, the UTTP or whatever they're called? If you were to do that shit with them, you would get doxxed. You would have fucking glitter bombs sent to your fucking house. I don't know if you know what a glitter bomb is. They're not very fun things. I can tell you that for a fact. They're a nuisance to clean up. Because we got sent a glitter bomb not too long ago. I guess they saw what you're doing and started doing the same. I genuinely can't say though. I have no direct contact with any of them. Well, you should fucking tell your fucking fans off for being idiots then. Like, I'm saying that I understand that there's a disconnect between, like, having subscribers and fans and then, you know, being affiliated with their actions. I understand that. However, you should at least tell them, hey, don't go spamming at these people. It'll make shit even worse. But I've seen no attempt from you to do that. Not one. So you can understand where I'm a little bit sus when you go, I genuinely don't know who they were. Or I genuinely don't know who those people are. When I know at least one of these channels who was doing that and supports your content, I gather, was legit going and trying to like, was it? Yeah, no, I remember what it was now. He was evading getting banned from channels because he made like 5 different channels or something like that. And we should all be afraid of something. Is that isn't how you live your life. I'm arguing with people who direct to argue with me. It's a very simple concept. I gotta back up. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but okay. It's no case of being afraid of something. It's a case of reeling your fans in if you have control. And I'm not saying this to have a go at you. You've got a small number of subscribers. I'm not judging you for that. We all start somewhere. Hell, I'm still learning the fucking ropes, and I've been doing YouTube for what? Like 18 years now? Actually, no, 17 years. Yeah, because my first YouTube channel was in 2008. Jesus, that's a throwback. Like, it ain't easy. But I've learned over the years, you have to at least tell the fans of yours, hey, knock it off, guys, alright? So, none of them would know how had you not. Start this all up again. Okay, I'm trying to break down what you're trying to say here, so let me just go through this again. Hang on, let me go through this again real quick. I have no intention of telling anyone to stop anything, so you admit that you like your fans to be unhinged and spam shit at other people. Which makes you look even worse, because you're now admitting that. You can tell people off, or at least you can disown them and say, I disavow what they're doing. You could disavow it, at the least. But you don't. You don't do that, because you know what? You believe in it. And I think, secretly, you would like to encourage shit like that. You won't say it publicly, because again, it would make you look even worse. But people like you are all about that. I have no control of strangers over the world. That's not what I'm saying either. I'm saying disavow them. You can disavow people. Like, I disavow when, for example, and I'm saying this in a nice way here, when I'll mention Maynor again, if he's being a dipshit in chat, I'll say to him, look, mate, knock it off. That's it. No go. Alright, point taken. I can't stop him from doing anything else. If people are commenting on your stuff, now, yeah, they wouldn't be if you didn't come and spam me again. I don't know anybody who's come over to spam at you. Like, maybe fucking Maynard, I don't know. Because I don't keep track of every single person I speak to. I don't know what your point is there. Are you trying to get a gotcha on me there? You're doing the same thing. They're stooping to your level. How? I'm telling them not to... I'm telling them, hey, look, this is between me and him. Alright? You have something to say, be constructive about it. Don't just call him a retard or something. But not one instance have you done that. Even back when this whole thing started, when you went into the server calling everyone faggots. Not once did you do that. They would be doing it if you didn't come back spamming in a few days ago. Most wouldn't know you exist. I don't know, you guys have been doing a pretty good job of that, even before I got the 404 TV channel back. I had no intention of ever contacting you ever again. Yeah, that's quite clear when I fucking debunked your frivolous copyright claim bullshit, and you got really petty with me. You got really salty when I was showing those messages. And it's still funny how you still won't reply to that stuff. Well, in any case... Well, initially to Discord members that brought on doxing. No. It is the warning of the fact that if you're to fuck around with the UTTP on this sort of thing, they would try and dox you. I do not have the resources to do that. Not anybody in my server has the resources to do that. We're very fucking lazy about this sort of stuff. When I took that video down, that was a first. That's the first time I actually had to get a bit of help sorting that out. I think the role guy you mentioned once since. No, can you show the messages? No, just not the email. I mean, yeah, sure thing, man. Hang on. I'll just go with this for a second so I can try and get the right screenshot here. Won't reply for the same reason, didn't read them. I know it annoys you. So you admit you're playing in the worst faith possible. You have no good faith in this. So now you admit that you're terrible. So you look even fucking worse in the process. You look even worse now. You guys are purposely setting on a potential target. You poison the well hoping someone would see and do it. No. If someone were to dox you, I would say that is why there were multiple made. What, multiple messages? I don't know what you're referring to exactly there. And besides, I like the fact that you've only mentioned Amy mentioning this like one time to you. You haven't given me, like, you can message me. Maynard, stop. Like, I know he's got a thick head, but come on. You twisted the narrative there. You set him upset because you showed me emails. I don't care at all. It's just the email. Same reason I don't show yours. Privacy laws. Alright, I'll play that game with you then. Give me a minute. There's a lot of messages here that I have to deal with. So... If you're annoyed, my goal's accomplished. You came to my channel with your friends initially and have held my ground since. Yeah, because you like to spam transphobic rhetoric. I will point and laugh at you for that sort of thing. Because close-minded people like you, honestly, close-minded people like you, are the reason I feel better about myself each passing day. Because I see what I could have been. Because I'm back and forth on my comments, but oh boy, I sure does. Yeah, and I was saying I genuinely don't want that to happen. Now you're projecting again. You're coming up with the worst assumption, and you're projecting it to me. And other people. Nobody. Amy doesn't know who you are outside of this interaction, the initial interactions. She has no beef with you. And before this, I didn't give a shit who you were. For the most part, I still don't. I'm gonna wake up the next day and I'm gonna be like, alright, I'm just gonna go record music or something. Alright, okay. I'll be quick with this, okay? Give me a second. Because like I said, there's a lot of messages here. Okay. Where is it? They should be dressing up in drag and going to children's libraries. What is so wrong with trans people existing to you, Peanut? What is wrong with trans people simply existing? Also, you have this thing called drag queens. They still identify as he, him, and go about in drag. Trans women are born one gender and want to be the other. What is so wrong with that? What is so wrong with making people aware that they exist? Genuine question here. Genuine question while I'm trying to look for this thing. Army's involvement in all of this is simple. Amy's involvement in all this is simple, sorry. She joined to insinuate doxing. She did not. She said that if you were to do shit like this in other circles, you would get lambasted for it. And she's right. She is dead right about that. Oh, great. Again, I appreciate the defense, but you're not helping. Okay. Yeah, so what is wrong with just teaching people that trans people exist? Because if that's the case, then you don't really have a problem with anything. The want to be around children, create for children is horrible. You do realize most trans people realize they are trans when they are children, right? When did Carlos realize that? No, you want to know how many killed... Okay, tell me, how the majority of trans people, how many of them kill themselves? Tell me how much? Tell me how much? Come on. No, Maynard, let him cook. Let him cook. I want to know what his answer is. Come on. You don't teach. What are you talking about? No one's to be taught that they exist. Yeah, they fucking do! Are you actually brain dead, Peanut? Are you actually stupid? Yeah, also haven't seemed to answer the real question of what is wrong with people learning that they exist. You can't seem to fucking do that. Okay, you wanted me to pull up the message? Alright, hang on. I'll be right back again, give me a second. It's impossible to know how many trans people actually exist, man. Give me an estimate, okay? Give me numbers, because you're telling me that the whole thing is saddening, how most of them would kill themselves. You should know a number if you're that certain that many of them kill themselves. Because I can tell you this for a fact. I like ones that exist that you don't know about could have killed themselves and aren't counted as trans. Yeah, because people like you like to misgender the fuck out of them. And that pushes them to suicide. Do you understand that, right? How many known trans have offed themselves? That depends. What would you define as known? Can you give me a number? Again, you have to give citation. Country depend about 40% usually. The majority of the, and I can tell you this, if that's true, I'll check myself real quick actually. But most of the time, I can tell you this for a fact, most of the time it's because trans people are forced to detransition and they can't cope with it and they end up taking their own life. People like you who are trying to force them to go back to what they don't want to be. Now you're giving me estimates. Okay, hang on. Outwardly trans open, etc. I don't know what you mean by that. So, you could be wrong. Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. I'm glad you're at least gonna take an L on that part. I'm seeing here it ranges from 11% to 19%, at least in the UK. Globally speaking, yeah, we're not going to get a good answer to that. But I can tell you this, the majority of trans suicide rates are from people who were forced to detransition. And you're saying you're okay with that. Is that what you're saying? You'd be okay with forcing someone to not choose who they want to be and have them kill themselves? Are you... a lot more people are openly admitting this year they're regretting their ops. Yeah, I know there's detransitioners out there, and a lot of them are the ones I've spoken to, actually, are going, it just wasn't for me. That's pretty much it. But y'all like to make the mountain, was it the mountain of the molehill, or whatever you call it? Like, y'all like to make it seem worse than it actually is. You asked how many trans people are themselves, I don't know because we don't know how many exist. You can give me an estimate at least, but your estimate was way off. We're talking specifically the UK. Anywhere from like 9 to, what was it again? Hang on. Let's see here. Most countries between 30 to 50%. I can't say for sure, but I know that in the UK at least, it is anywhere from, hang on a sec. Ah, fuck, I've lost it now. Oh, it was, PIMS, what the fuck was it called again? Aye, right. National Library of Medicine, that was it. And they have a whole list of results about trans people and what they identify as, if it's trans man, trans woman, etc. Most detransitions are being bullied into being quiet. Yeah, who's saying I agree with that idea? The number is growing? Yeah, because more people like you are yelling at them to stop being freaks. Do you not understand how damaging that can be? The majority of trans people who've killed themselves are forced to detransition. Those who have detransitioned willfully, for as far as I'm aware, most likely don't kill themselves. And they encourage people to think twice about what they're going to do with their lives. I'm telling you this for a fact because I had to deal with a friend of mine a mate of mine, who attempted to kill himself because of people like you. Nearly half the people under 30 in the UK, I think. Yeah, I should have specified. I will take that. Although I did mention earlier, I wanted to specify to here. Pretty sure I mentioned that at least once. I probably got the words wrong. In that case, I apologize. But this is a fact worldwide. The majority of people who are forced to detransition, are the ones where the suicide rates come from. That's the point I was trying to make. Unfortunately, I might actually have to stop the stream early. I might try and do a follow-up thing where I watch whatever video it was you posted, but actually they say themselves, it's lack of trans healthcare. That isn't helping either. That's why we need trans awareness. And also, not hate or confrontation. Or explain the fucking multiple counts of trans women being raped and killed. I mean, for Christ's sake, I know at least 2 trans people knew of 2 trans people in my old neighborhood, where they were fucking stabbed and ended up dying from the fucking bleeding. Purely because they were trans. And this isn't anecdotal either. You can find... That isn't true, though. It is. It very much is. It is not just 1 or 2 things. It's not anecdotal. There's a number of factors, but the majority of times, and you can ask any trans person this, the majority of times you do that, the majority of times they end up killing themselves, is because they were forced to detransition. There's a number of fucking reports on this. I'm not gonna pull them up. I'm not gonna, because I don't think the links will send anyway. But my advice... They kill themselves after getting trans-affirming care. Again, the citation I'm seeing, it disagrees, man. But that's okay. You know, too, so that's everyone, sure. You're like, I was saying that this is one of many occasions. This is one example I can name, which happened in my country, in Scotland. I can name that one example for sure. But you're giving me more generalized ones where it's like, yeah, what I'm saying is ultimately anecdotal. But I agreed that there's more to it than just anecdotal stuff. There are numerous reports and accounts of this sort of stuff. And I can't share this stuff because, well, for the most part, YouTube doesn't really like doing that. How so? How so? Have you looked? Have you done it? Have you gone and actually fucking looked? Detransition art labels trans. That's not the fucking question, Peanut. Also, yeah, they want to be trans, but when you're forced to detransition. Do you understand what I mean when I say forced? Do you know what I mean when I say they are forced to do that? There's a lot of evidence because detransitioners themselves do so because the community rejects them. That also doesn't help either. I got a good friend of mine, Darian the Imp. She's awesome. And she's terrified of going outside because one of her mates who came out as trans was fucking murdered in their area. Separate categories. Yeah, there are reasons for it. Yeah, but the death rates are still, you total them up. But anyway, not recently, but yes. Well, at least you admit that part. I would suggest, however, just honestly go and try and research this kind of stuff. Because you can look at one instance, yeah. So I would suggest looking at multiple sites. Don't just do the typical right-wing grifter shit. Just look at the stuff you want to hear. Look for the stuff you don't want to hear. And then you'll start learning something. Most of them detransition on their own will end up being rejected by the LGBT community, usually losing their housing and support structures, and then they off themselves. That's one instance, or that's a particular number of instances, yes, but I'm telling you, the majority of it is people who are forced to detransition. And then they lose support. Then they lose their fucking family because they disown them because they pretend to be a man or some cringe shit like that. They can't go anywhere when they detransition, when they're when they're forced to detransition. That is the point I'm trying to make, Peanut. Now, I genuinely do have to go. I've got food here, and I've got. Look it up. Don't just tell me it isn't. Come back with citation. Alright? Maybe we'll do another stream. Maybe we'll talk like this again. You're spinning the studies. Again, alright, cite it. Okay. Can you link anything to me at all? Or can you name a particular place that I can look up? Ask me where specifically to look that backs up your little thing. Please, I'm not trying to do, again, I'm not trying to do gotcha. I'm asking you to tell me where to look to get this information here. Total number, alright. Prevalence of suicidal thoughts. Okay. Give me a second here. Your stream, you proved me wrong. Yeah, and you can tell me where you're getting your information from while I get my sources back up here real quick. There we go. National Library of Medicine is a good place. You know what? I'll pull that up as well. Give me a sec. Women's Institute. Okay. Funny enough, National Institutes of Health actually is one of my sources. So let's take a look at that, the first one then, shall we? Not really other than an LGBT magazine. Or really anywhere. Yeah, why not an LGBT magazine? What's wrong with that? Oh wait, I think I know what's wrong. It wouldn't fit the narrative. I forgot. My bad. Sorry, I forgot. I did an oopsie. Okay, give me a second here. Alright. Is my screen back on? I'm gonna pull the first one up here right now. Oh, hang on. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, there we go. Found it. Okay. Not science-based is completely based. Openly anti-science. Yeah, that sounds a lot like you. It sounds like all of the right wingers who are trying to say that shit. But anyway, seems analysis of those numbers. Yep. The total number is 65, so like the study 75 suicidal thoughts, including point, period, and lifetime prevalence, were extracted and combined. After combining these values, the prevalence of suicidal thoughts in the transgender population in the world was 39% in the past month. Rejects the commonly understood biological facts that isn't sourced, it's propaganda. Literally, you guys have been like suggesting like whatever. Anyway, I'm doing what you're doing. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna look at what you're saying. You wanted me to look at this, and I'm looking. Finding the past year, pooled period prevalence for 5%, 50% during lifetime. Prevalence of suicide attempt in transgender population in the world was 16 in the past month, 11% in the past year, and 29% during lifetime. The present meta-analysis shows the prevalence of suicidal thoughts and suicidal thoughts. Yeah. Methods, yeah. Alright. Let's do this then. Okay. As it sucks, man, I don't celebrate this info. It seems you clearly do, considering you like to constantly, like, misgender my girlfriend. You seem to thrive in that, being a cunt. If I ever come to Ireland, I'm just gonna, like, throw a fish at you. I won't hit you, I won't kick you, I'll just throw a fish. A singular fish. That's the most you'll get from me, is one fish. Not even two, not even, like, a good tuna fish. Just, like, a random, like, fish. Anyway. So, from the total number of 65, so like the studies, 71 prevalence of suicidal thoughts, including point period and lifetime prevalence, were extracted and combined. Yeah, 39%, 45 past year. The present meta-analysis results showed the prevalence of suicidal thoughts and attempts in the transgender community was high, and more importantly, about 50% transgenders who had suicidal thoughts committed suicide. Now, would this specify at all as to what causes it? Because we have a number now. We have a rough number from one source, but does that tell us specifically what's going on with the background? Because you're giving me one reason. I've given two reasons. You gave me another reason. But which is the more prevalent one, and which is the one that can be most, like, sorted out? Anyways, seriously though, I will actually take a more thorough look at this again later tonight. Unfortunately, this is you need to cross-reference. Good idea. I will definitely be doing that if I do a second stream or follow-up to this thing, I don't know. Here's the thing though. It's coming up to 10 at night. You said you need to get dinner on. I need to get dinner for myself as well. Number of factors, the absolute majority are mental health related. Do you understand that people like you could also be causing it to get worse? You do understand that, right, Peanut? But seriously though, I really do have to get going now. It's late as shit over here. And I am, in fact, very tired. So, you have a good night. And, if anyone is going over there taking the piss out of you, I disavow it. I don't condone it. Ultimately, I might not be able to stop them from doing it. The only way you can stop that is just blocking them on your channel. It's the best thing I can do. Everyone should take care and maintain their own mental health. Okay, cool, we agree on that. But do you realize that you misgendering people is going to make it worse? Do you not understand that? Because it seems you're dodging that part that I'm asking. You're dodging that. Also, to a degree, you are responsible for pushing someone to suicide if you're, like, getting them in a way that makes them do it. If anyone wants to talk on my poster videos, I welcome them. Awesome. Cool. Now answer my question. Are you at least aware that you made up gender is kill yourself. Fucking kill yourself. Good night.